Ready to go.
Good afternoon. The Board of Adjustment is now in session. My name is Anthony Robinson, and I will be chairing today's meeting. Attending today's virtual meeting are board members Mona Parsley, Ann Grice, George Hitt, and Mel DeSimone. Also in attendance for the city is Mary Hart Burton, zoning administrator for the city, Andy Powers, zoning plan reviewer for the city, who will represent the city in the cases we are hearing today, Andrea Gutierrez, lead zoning specialist. Our attorney for the board is Mia Wood, and our court reporter is Laura Stewart. Today we will be hearing 4 cases. First, we will hear from the city's representative, who will explain why the permit could not be issued. Next, we will hear from the petitioner and the representative of the project. Please be prepared to explain your hardship and answer any inquiries from the board. Then we will hear from those in favor of the appeal and then from those opposed. Please be concise, as testimony will be limited to 3 minutes per person. When you come online via video or telephone, please be sworn in by the court reporter. Then please state your name and mailing address. To ensure proper records for our court reporter, we ask that those online or by telephone to please remain on mute. Following testimony on all of today's cases, the board will go into its deliberative portion of the hearing, excuse me, at which time we will vote on all cases heard. The board will notify each applicant or their representative of its decision by mail in about 2 weeks. You're welcome to remain during our deliberations. However, we will not hear additional testimony at that time. You may also call the lead zoning specialist, Drea, tomorrow at 314-622-3666 to learn the outcome of your appeal. Again, that number is 314-622-3666. Drea, will you please read appeal number 20631?
Appeal number 20631, 3963 West Bell Place.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, board members. My name is Andy Powers, zoning plan examiner for the city of St. Louis, representing the building commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to operate a community center at 3963 West Bell Ave. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis of denial of Community Women Against Hardship, Inc. concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue an occupancy permit authorizing the petitioner to operate a community center at 3963 West Bell Place in City Block 4565.00 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is C, multiple family dwelling district. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to conserve the values of property throughout the city of St. Louis and protect the character and stability of residential, business, and industrial areas, lessen or avoid congestion in the public streets and highways in the city of St. Louis and surrounding areas. The applicable zoning code provisions are as follows. Section 26.28.030 parking regulations. The parking standards in a single-family dwelling district shall apply as modified by Section 26.28.010, 26.20.040, A, parking for places of assembly, any arena, auditorium, meeting room, or other structure used principally as a place of public assembly shall provide parking space within 1,000 feet of the main building or structure sufficient to accommodate 1 parking space for every 3 seats based on maximum seating capacity, except as noted herein. A, any athletic field or diamond used principally as a place of public recreation shall provide parking space sufficient to accommodate 10 parking spaces for every diamond or athletic field, or 1 space for every 4 seats, whichever is greater. 1 seat is equal to 2 feet of bleacher length. 26.28.020, letter S, use regulations and conditional use. Section 26.28.025 use regulations and conditional uses of the C multiple family dwelling district do not allow the appellant's proposal as stated above. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. In summary, the applicant is applying for an occupancy permit to expand the current use of a community center to a community center with cooking. They will offer educational health programs. The community center was originally approved by the zoning section in 1999 as lawful non-conforming. However, an expansion of service requires a new conditional use permit. The occupancy permit could not be lawfully granted due to lack of on-site parking. Places of public assembly are required to provide 1 parking space per 3 seats based on maximum seating capacity. Therefore, a conditional use permit and area variance shall be considered. Additionally, the Planning and Urban Design Agency of the City of St. Louis writes a memorandum for Board of Adjustment appeals. Planning staff has reviewed the appeal 20631 against the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan, the land use element of the comprehensive plan. The site falls within the boundaries of the North Central Plan, a topical plan which encourages improvements to the pedestrian experience along West Bell and preservation of existing uses. The site is located within a medium-intensity neighborhood within the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan. This designation describes areas that are primarily residential, with some neighborhoods serving commercial uses and amenities. Granting of the variance would be in keeping with the designation's intent to support a mix of uses, including institutions like schools and community centers. No amount of on-site parking is described or required by this designation. The SLOOP would not encourage adding the level of parking required by the code, as new parking infrastructure in the middle of this block would likely create new curb cuts and harm the walkability of the neighborhood. The planning staff finds the request of the appeal 20631 is in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any additional questions from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Tambra Cross. I am the CEO for Community Women Against Hardship. Thank you for chiming in.
Okay, doctor, we need to get you sworn in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, now if you could state your name and mailing address for us again.
My name is Dr. Tambra Cross, 3963 West Bell, St. Louis, Missouri, 63108.
Okay, you can proceed.
Again, thank you this afternoon for allowing me to speak in regards and on behalf of Community Women Against Hardship. I would like to know what the recommendation of parking spaces would be for our facility. Community Women has been a longstanding monument in the community and here at West Bell. And the parking concern is new to us. And so I would like to ask, according to the number of participants that we anticipate providing services for, what are the recommended number of parking spaces that we are recommended to have?
Andy?
Yeah, so it's estimated, I think this was based on the occupancy load, which is 99. So 1 parking space per 3 people would mean 33 parking spaces.
And so our facility at any time does not host or hold over 100 people. The only event we may have per year is our community fair, and that's once a year. And that event may have 75 to 80 people who attend. So throughout the year, we may only have 2 or 3 individuals who are parked in front of our building. And for the need of 33 parking spaces, we would not utilize 33 parking spaces. Our capacity can hold 99 people in the building, but not at any time are we hosting 99 individuals in the building. Throughout the year, we have uh, programs for the youth. We may have 10 to 15 kids in the building at one time on different days. So according to that, the recommendation for 33 parking spaces is initially too many spaces for us to reserve. And that would probably take up half of the street and into the residential parking spaces that are next door to our building.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes,
can I make a clarification, please?
sure.
So, Dr. Cross, this clarification is for you. It's not a
Okay.
recommendation that you have 33 parking spaces. It's
Mhm.
the law that requires you to have 33 off-street parking spaces. So what you're here for today is to ask for a variance for providing those parking spaces and to describe to the board what your hardship is that prevents you from providing that. Okay?
Thank you for the clarity.
Thank
And so,
you.
thank you so much. Okay, so again, throughout the year, we host maybe one event where we may have parking along the residential areas. Other than that, we are not hosting events on a regular basis. There are only 2 staff members in the building, myself and the family coordinator. So there are only 2 parking spaces for us. And at this time, Community Women Against Hardship would not be able to financially support permanent parking on the street or in front of our building. And again, 33 parking spaces would be a big undertaking for Community Women Against Hardship.
Okay, any board members have any questions for Dr. Cross? And you were muted.
Okay, Dr. Cross, I'd like to know a little bit more about what services you all offer to the community, to that neighborhood.
So we offer adult education and literacy classes for families who are wanting to improve their academic skills. We
Okay.
offer computer literacy for our seniors and youth programs for the families.
Okay. Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
Any other board members? Thank you, Dr. Cross. Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? Okay, is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Alderwoman.
I'm sorry, I'm looking for my thing to raise my hand. I don't see it anymore, so I don't know what happened. So that's why I'm doing that.
Not a problem.
Can I make a clarification? I'm not really opposed to them. I am a big supporter of the Community Women Against Hardship. I go to their events. Dr. Cross just got
So Alderwoman, if you're other than that first statement you made,
Right.
you're now starting to testify, and
Okay.
so we need to get you sworn in.
But I don't want to be opposition. I want to be ask for a continuance, but okay.
Still have to
And
be
so
sworn.
Okay.
I'll,
Doesn't matter if you're for, against, you
Okay.
still have to be sworn in. Thank you.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. I affirm.
Thank you.
and of course, your name and mailing address for the record.
Sharon Tyus, Alderwoman, 12th Ward. Mailing address is City Hall, room 230, 63113. No, 103. Did I cover it all?
Yes, and give testimony and however you see fit.
Okay. Dr. Cross has been there just a little bit, not a long time. I've actually picked up the neighborhood, which is in the Vanderbilt neighborhood 3 years, 2.5, 3 years ago. Since that time, I've had chance to interact with the residents. They have a neighborhood organization, and the parking problems that have occurred on the West Pine 3900 block, because it's a double block of West Bale, not West Pine. I keep saying West Pine. Anyway, so I disagree with Dr. Cross about there not being a park problem. And in fact, I attended an event there Saturday. And at that event, we had a conversation with Dr. Cross and other members of her board that we had a church that was across the street, and they had exacerbated problems, and the church ended up selling their property to a new church, and they already had a parking lot that they weren't using, so the new church is having to put the parking lot in. I want to say that those 3900 through 4000 block of West Bell is a prime example of a neighborhood who didn't have a lot of residents, but now people are coming, they're building new properties, they're rehabbing new properties, and so it's filling up. So when you have events like they had Saturday, it was a hard place to park. And I got complaints from residents, and one of them is here. But even before I knew this was a parking problem, I support the women, community women against hardship, and want them to survive and thrive. I'm asking for a continuance because I have a solution that I think would help everybody, which is to put angle parking in front of one side of the street, because the street is wide enough to do that. And then there are a couple of LRA lots to try to get those lots for next to nothing, and work for that to be something as they grow, that they would have parking there, off-street parking, and help them get even funds to try to do that, so that that would not be a problem for the residents who are on this street. Okay, so I don't want to support them being given a variance without us having an opportunity to have a meeting. They're going to have a meeting. They already have it set up for the middle of June. So if we could have a continuance for 1 month or whenever the next time, I think we could work this thing out, and everybody, it would be a win-win situation for everyone. The residents who live near would have less imposing of people parking in front of their houses. The resident who's going to testify later, I was very lucky when I came to the event. I parked in front of a bus they had there, but the resident who is going to testify would tell you about her being blocked in, and that's happened more than one time. And that's why we were dealing with the church. We didn't know that at that point that the Community Women Against Hardship was going to try to expand. So my request is, if she would, and if you would, if we could just have a 1 month continuance to have the meeting and try to work out something that would address parking that I don't think has to be mostly off-street parking. I think if you do the angle parking, you add a lot more parking spaces. And then I also want to put in front of the Community Against Hardship for them to have that parking spaces only. So that would give them numerous parking spaces. It wouldn't be off the street, but it would be in front of their property, and they would have a designated parking for loading, unloading, and for people to park. So that's what I'm here for, not to oppose them, but to ask for a continuance for it, to try to work out a solution.
Any board members have any questions? Thank you, Alderwoman.
Thank you.
Is there anyone here to testify in opposition of this appeal?
Well, my name is Medina Brown, so am I able to talk now? Because I'm talking in reference of Alderwoman Tyus. I'm testifying on that behalf.
I'm sorry. You're say that again now?
My name is Medina Brown, and is it time for me to say anything behalf on Alderwoman Tyus on the incident? That's what I'm here for. I live in that neighborhood.
Understandable. So are you looking to testify in opposition to this appeal?
Well, the same thing she was saying, where I don't want the community center to go, but
okay. So that's a yes or no question, because at the point that you start giving testimony, then I need to get you sworn in so that you can give your testimony on the record.
Okay, I want to get sworn in then. Thank you.
Ms. Brown, this is the court reporter. Since you are calling in over the telephone, can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised so that I may swear you in?
Yes, I'm confirming, but then my right hand is raised.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Medina Brown, 4009 West Bell Place, St. Louis, Missouri, 63108.
Thank you. Proceed.
Okay, I would also agree with the continuance of this appeal also because the parking is an issue. Even though they have something once a year, some Saturdays it do be more people there. It all depends who comes. So when we had the issue with the church, we helped the community center, which they had complaints about the church. They couldn't get a place to park when they was there on Saturdays. So the alderwoman, and we worked a conflict thing out with them to fix it where they can have parking. So the church eventually left. So it made it easy for everybody else because we was having the problems with them also. So with the parking. So we was trying to work out everything for everybody because the community center is very important in our neighborhood. But the parking is affecting different residents because I'm quite sure they're going to grow more and they're going to have, different things happening. It might start expanding. And so we have already had this issue way before with the church, and the church been there a long time too, but somebody occupied it at the time. But we've been having a parking issue way before this time. So I just want to do the right thing and try to keep our center there and have our residents as me being one to be able to have be convenient for us all. Because I had the incident with the double park. I had groceries. My shoulder is injured, and I couldn't get in, and I had to go ask somebody, and I had to wait on that. Then I had like a bad confrontation, which I hate that, but that's what I'm trying to avoid. I want everybody in our neighborhood to strive, and so we can do this right. Thank you.
Okay. Any board members have any questions? Thank you, Ms. Brown. Is there anyone else here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Okay. Dr. Cross, I have a question for you. given the testimony that you've heard, more specifically from the alderwoman, will that be an issue for you?
No,
Does it? Go ahead.
I'm not opposed to meeting with the alderwoman or residents in the community to resolve the parking issue and come to an agreement that would work for both Community Women Against Hardship and the residents.
Okay, thank you. With that, I will read into the record exhibits, certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from Planning and Urban Design, letter of support from Michael J. Vaughn Gable, President Vandeventer Community Development Corporation, and a letter requesting a continuance from Alderwoman Sharon Tyus. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Drea, can you read appeal number 20632?
Appeal number 20632. I'm sorry. Yeah, 32. 4101 North Grand Boulevard, Unit D.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Good afternoon, board members. My name is Andy Powers, zoning plan examiner for the City of St. Louis, representing the building commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to add towing to existing automobile sales with repair, with retail sales of used tires, and detailing business at 4104 North Grand Boulevard. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis of denial for Z's Auto Sales concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue an occupancy permit authorizing the petitioner to operate an automobile sales used with repair at 4101 North Grand Boulevard in City Block 1928.00 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is G, Local Commercial and Office District. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to conserve the values of property throughout the City of St. Louis and protect character and stability of residential business and industrial areas, regulate and restrict the location and use of buildings, structures, and land for trade, industry, residence, and other uses, and to regulate and restrict the intensity of such uses. The applicable zoning code provisions are as follows. Section 26.16010, uses prohibited. No structure or land shall be used for a use other than those permitted in the district in which such premises are located, unless such use is permitted by other provisions of the zoning code. Section 26.40.020, letter S, use regulations and conditional use. Section 26.40.020 and 26.40.025. Use regulations and conditional uses in the F Neighborhood Commercial District do not allow this appellant's proposal as stated above. Lawful evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. In summary, the applicant is applying for an occupancy permit to add towing services offered by the automobile sales business located at 4101 North Grand Boulevard. This business is operating with a use variance per the appeal 11475. Addition of towing is an expansion of use, therefore one use variance is required for consideration. The Urban Planning and Design Agency has written an appeal for this Board of Adjustment, has written a letter for this Board of Adjustment appeal. Planning staff has reviewed the appeal 20632 against the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan. the land use element of the comprehensive plan. There is no adopted neighborhood plan covering this location, but neighborhood planning is underway through Plan STL, Plan Area 4. The site is located within a medium intensity corridor within the 2025 SLOOP. This designation encourages automobile-related commercial activities. This designation encourages a mix of uses that support a dense, pedestrian-friendly, walkable environment, including residential, office, retail, and institutional uses. While existing auto uses may remain legally, new or expanded auto-related uses should not be approved. Thus, the granting of this variance is not in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Planning staff finds the request of appeal 20632 is not in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any questions from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant. Mr. Banafidel,
Yes, sir.
let's get you sworn in.
Raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Zaid Benefalo. Mail address is 5 Timber Ridge, Estate Court, Wildwood, Missouri, 63011.
Okay, proceed.
Well, I am the owner of Z's Auto Sales and Z's Auto Repairs, and I'm also the owner of the gas station off North Florissant and San Luis Avenue, which a lot of people know the history of it, and I've proven myself, and I stood in my word. Regarding to the tow truck company, is the plan to help with our customers because we already have the dealership and the mechanic shop, and we have a problem with a lot of people getting their cars towed to us. Space-wise, I do have space on the side, which is already fenced in, and I am planning on using a lot of the empty space, which is going to be indoor. So nothing will be front of the building where it's going to affect any value. It's going to affect any customers or people walking in between the cars that we tow. So the main goal for me is to keep, the auto sales going and improve it with a tow truck in order to help the community, which was always looking for tow trucks to get their cars fixed or get their cars out of the road. And apparently there is not much around here. So we have been asked for the last 2 years to provide the service from local customers, from people who live around. And finally, we're going for it. I did have a different plan for the empty space, which was an arcade. And I had an investor, unfortunately, due to problems we had with the rescheduling hearing, we lost the investor, which was supposed to be about $2 to $3 million. Right now, I'm facing to do my own business. So I have to use the rest of the building in order to keep up with all the overhead and the bank payments. I have to do my own business because I lost the first investor. That's what I'm here to rezone the empty spot for an indoor towing yard.
Okay, any board members have any questions?
May I add one?
Thank you. Go ahead.
So the cars, you're not going to see anything in front of the building. It's not going to be a junk car. It's going to be an actual tow yard, either on the side where I already have cars that have been towed to us for customers, or it's going to be using the inside of the space, which I have about 25,000 square feet.
Is it about 25,000 square feet?
Yes, sir. About
Okay.
20 to 25,000 square feet.
How much?
20 to 25,000 square feet.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Any board members have any questions?
Anthony, I got a question. I got knocked off, so it may have been answered. There's a fence around your property. If you're going to tow cars, would you be able to make that a site-proof fence?
If it complies and it helps the neighborhood and that's what the city required, then we'll have to go for it, yes.
Is that, if you got cars, if you're towing cars there for repairs or whatever, I think it'd be advantageous to the community not to have to look at those. So it would make it a site. Could you do that?
Yes, I can.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thanks, Bill. Any other board members have any questions? Okay. Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits, certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, and a memo from Planning and Urban Design. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Drea, will you please read appeal number 20633?
Number 20633, 4624 Delmar Boulevard, first floor.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Good afternoon, board members. My name is Andy Powers, Plan Examiner for the City of St. Louis Zoning Section. I'm here to represent the Building Commissioner, presenting evidence of an appeal to operate a banquet hall / event space at 4624 Delmar Boulevard. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis of denial of charm events concerning the Building Commissioner's refusal to issue an occupancy permit authorizing the petitioner to operate a banquet hall / event space at 4624 Delmar Boulevard, located in City Block 4556, is as follows. The present zoning for this address is G, Local Office and Commercial District. The intent of applicable zoning provisions are to conserve the values of property throughout the City of St. Louis and protect the character and stability of residential business and industrial areas. Regulate and restrict the location and use of buildings, structures, and land for trade, industry, residence, and other uses, and to regulate and restrict the intensity of such uses. The applicable zoning code provisions are as follows. Section 26.44.030, parking and loading regulations. The parking regulations for uses enumerated in Chapter 26.20 through 26.40 inclusive, except as modified by Section 24.44.040 shall apply. Section 26.20.040A, parking for places of assembly. Any arena, auditorium, meeting room, or other structure used principally as a place of public assembly shall provide parking space within 1,000 feet of the main building or structure, sufficient to accommodate one parking space for every 3 seats based on the maximum seating capacity, except as noted herein. A, any athletic field or diamond used principally as a place of public recreation shall provide parking space sufficient to accommodate 10 parking spaces for every diamond or athletic field, or 1 space for every 4 seats, whichever is greater. 1 seat is equal to 2 feet of bleacher length. Section 26.44.025, conditional uses. The following conditional uses may be allowed in the G local commercial and office district, subject to the provisions of Section 26.80.010. Any eligible use to be in a conditional use in the neighborhood commercial district. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. In summary, the applicant is applying for an occupancy permit to operate a banquet hall in the G district. The application requires a conditional use permit and a variance for parking approval. Subsequent to the denial from the building commissioner, a parking agreement allotting 20 of the required 17 parking spaces was submitted to the zoning section. Therefore, a conditional use permit and an area variance for parking, per the discretion of the board, is required for consideration. The board, the Planning and Urban Design Agency of the City of St. Louis, writes memorandums for Board of Adjustment appeals. Planning staff has reviewed the appeal 20633 against the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan, the land use element of the comprehensive plan. There is no adopted neighborhood plan for this area. The site is located within central areas west of the 2025 sloop. This designation supports a mix of building scales, including those up to 30 stories. Development in this area should support a diverse, dense, walkable, and transit-friendly environment. This designation discourages parking to the front or side of the building. This designation seeks to encourage residents and patrons of the planned business to travel by modes other than a personal vehicle. Thus, a variance from the required parking would be ideal and have full backing of the adopted plans. The granting of variances would be in keeping with the goals of the sloop. Planning staff finds the request of Appeal 20633 is in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any additional questions from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant. Mr. Seltzer.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. Let's get you sworn in.
Raise your right hand, sir. Okay, I see it.
Mhm.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get your name and mailing address for the record.
My name is William Seltzer, and my address is 4624 Delmore, St. Louis, Missouri, 63108.
Okay, proceed.
I wanted to open up a event space on Delmore. I already got approved for upstairs for office use, and then the bottom part, I just wanted to do a event space. My occupancy is only 45 people. So I reached out to one of my neighbors and came up with an agreement for additional parking on her private lot, which is at 4601 and 4603 Delmore. And the block is basically it's a church, and then it's a men's organization, and both of those places have their own private parking. And then it's also adequate street parking. I presented photos of the street during the day and at night, and the area it got hit by the tornado, so it's like it's pretty much deserted. Further up the street towards Taylor is a auto body shop, and they also have their own private parking. So I think it's plenty of parking for the size, the gathering size that I would have. And I also had presented the parking agreement that I came up with my neighbor.
Okay. Any board members have any questions, Mr. Seltzer? Yes, Ann.
Okay, so Mr. Seltzer,
Yes.
You say it's an event space?
Yes, like birthday parties, bridal showers, maybe workshop, business workshops, things of that nature.
So daytime, nighttime?
Yeah, I would say from maybe 11 to 11, depending on the type of event. Like workshops and stuff will probably be during the day hours, and then if someone had a birthday party or a bridal shower, will probably be later in the evening or on the weekends.
Okay, and did I hear you say 45 people would be the maximum number of people?
Yes, that's the amount that the fire inspector gave me as far that would be max capacity, but I don't, the space, I'm just starting out, so I don't think I would have no large crowds like that. I'm just like upstairs is office space, and I'm just trying to pull in income to cover my my bills and my lease and all that stuff.
Okay, so for an example, on let's say Friday evening,
Hmm.
8, 9 o'clock, how would only 45 people would show up, not 125 young people there to.
No, no, not at all. No, not at all. I'm 47 years old. I don't, nah, no, I'm trying to stay away from that crowd at all costs. I already know what come with that.
Okay, all
And
right.
then like I said, I have with the parking lot across the street, it would be private parking anyway. It's a fenced in. I presented photos of that as well. It'll be fenced in parking, so we wouldn't interfere with the copy shop next door or the 100 Black Men across the street. And I'm sorry, the name of the church is slipping my mind, but it's a church next door and they have their own parking lot as well. But if I did need on street parking, it's still it's like I say, the block is pretty much outside of the things that I named. There's nothing else on the block until you go over to Enright or back behind me, which is, I believe, is Washington, and then that's when you run into like the residential properties and stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Anthony, Anthony,
Yes, Bill.
okay. Do you intend to do any cooking there, or
No,
is it all like be catered? Or?
no cooking. I mean, they might like again like the bridal showers or a birthday event. They might have some catering, but that would be there's no stove on site. There's no kitchen on site, so no cooking, none of that.
And you said you're leasing the building, correct?
Yes.
And do you have an agreement with the landlord that you could use it for that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. That's all I want. Thanks. Thank you, Anthony.
Yep. Mona.
You have a commercial dumpster at your disposal?
I have a yes, I have a dump. I have a 16-foot dump trailer. Yes, I do. Like my business upstairs where I have office spaces for, I do. I have a dump trailer.
A dump trailer. Is that going to be
Yes.
there all the time when you're doing business for the downstairs? Because we need you to have a commercial dumpster. I don't know what a dump trailer is exactly. This is for your business so that they have a place to put their trash on a regular basis. You're not allowed to use the city dumpsters.
Where? Okay. Am I allowed to answer? I'm asking.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. A dump trailer basically is like the dumpster that you're speaking of. Like I know what that is, where they drop it off, and I can order one if my dump trailer is not sufficient, but I basically could put it in my back area where I wouldn't have to utilize the dumpsters in the alley, if that's what you're asking me.
Yeah, you're not allowed to use them as a commercial entity. Those are for residential uses only, and that would be a requirement if we were to vote and allow this to happen, sir.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
that would be
Understood.
something that we would need you to do.
It's
And
understood.
then, okay, and then do you have a trash receptacle for your patrons to use out front? Because people always seem to have some kind of trash.
I will place one there, or like I say, I will. I'm always on site. I've been cleaning up and doing stuff around the neighborhood, as we
Okay.
speak.
And
Like
then
it's.
you would be required to have a sign permit if you put a sign up for your banquet center, which I would assume you would want.
Mhm.
You would just need to get a permit for that and have it permitted to put that up.
Okay. So like you
Okay.
saying, like the front of the business, the sign that will be hung, I have to pay for a permit for that, correct?
Yes, sir.
O-
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Just wanted to say that out loud so you knew that was required.
Okay. Got you.
Okay, that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Seltzer, this question is for you. I'm looking at the parking agreement that you provided. And one of the conditions of the parking agreement seems to be that they will allow you to use 20 spaces from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. Tuesday through Sunday.
Mhm.
So it doesn't appear that they included Monday. Are you open on Mondays?
No, I was gonna use Monday for like, just say if somebody want to use the event, like I could, they could be, I could show them the space to do, like I say, adequate cleaning and prepping and stuff like that.
But you don't plan to schedule any events on Monday?
No, I don't. Not at this time. I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Any other board members? Thank you, Mr. Seltzer.
Thank you.
Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal?
If you're on the phone needing to testify in favor, it's *6 to unmute yourself.
Okay, is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits. Certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from planning and urban design, and shared commercial parking agreement with photos submitted by the petitioner. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Drea, will you please read appeal number 12019?
Appeal number 12019, 82.
Sorry, Drea, I think you kind of broke up there.
Are we back?
Laura, did you get that?
I didn't hear any of that.
I did not get that.
I think I was frozen on my end.
I'm sorry. Can Drea reread that for the court reporter?
Appeal number 1209, 8200 South Broadway.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, board members. My name is Andy Powers, zoning plan examiner for the city of St. Louis, representing the building commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to operate not correct, I'm sorry. Evidence of an appeal to construct an addition to a motor fuel pumping station and convenience store located at 8200 South Broadway Ave. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis for a denial for 8200 South Broadway Express LLC, care of Dwight Baker of Rand Management Group, concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue a building permit authorizing the petitioner to construct an addition to a motor fuel pumping station and convenience store at 8200 South Broadway, located in City Block 3203.00. The present zoning for this address is Zone J, Industrial District. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to prevent additions and alterations or remodeling of existing buildings or structures in such a way to avoid the limitations lawfully imposed. The applicable zoning code provisions are as follows. Section 26.16.050, changes in nonconforming use. If no structural alterations are made, nonconforming use of a building may be changed to another nonconforming use of the same or a more restricted classification. Section 26.16.060, discontinuing nonconforming use. In the event nonconforming use of any structure or premises is discontinued in its normal operation, stopped for a period of 1 year, the use of the same thereafter shall conform to the regulations of the district in which it is located. Section 26.56.020, which calls back to 26.40.027, letter B, numbers 7 and 11. Use regulations, site requirements for motor fuel pumping stations. Motor fuel pumping stations shall comply with the requirements in either of the following numbered paragraphs. B, all other motor fuel pumping stations provided that, number 7, stations shall be screened at all property lines contiguous with or directly across an alley or public or private easement other than a public street from existing residential uses and dwelling districts. Screens shall consist of a masonry or wood barrier that is at least 70% opaque and not less than 6 feet in height and shall be maintained in good order. 11. No pump island shall be nearer than 20 feet to a property line. Section 26.60.050, which calls back to 26.28.060, area regulations, front yard area, when 25% of a frontage within the district is improved with dwellings and a majority of such improved frontage has an observed front yard line with a variation in depth of not more than 6 feet. No building hereafter constructed shall project beyond the average front yard line so established, except that in no event shall the front yard line be greater than 50 feet. If less than 25% of such frontage is developed, then a front yard line for such frontage shall be the same as that for any other frontage located within 2 city blocks, as designated by house numbers in any direction from the site. If no such precedent is available, then the front yard line shall be a minimum of 10 feet, but may not be required to exceed 25 feet from the lot line at the front of the lot. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. In summary, the applicant is applying for a building permit to make an addition to an existing gas station and convenience store. The existing structures do not meet all the site requirements for motor fuel pumping stations and the front yard regulations for the district. The site requirements stated in the denial are item 7, site screening, and item 11, pump island location. The addition will extend into the side and rear of the property, not bringing the building into compliance for front yard. However, subsequent to the denial from the building commissioner, the petitioners submitted a site plan revision featuring the proper site screening along the necessary property lines. Therefore, 2 area variances are required for consideration, one for pump island location and one for front yard setback on East Davis Street. Additionally, the Planning and Urban Design Agency has written a memo for this Board of Adjustment appeal. Planning staff has reviewed the appeal 12019 against the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan, the land use element of the comprehensive plan. There is no adopted neighborhood plan covering this location. The site is located within a medium intensity neighborhood within the 2025 SLOOP. This designation describes areas of the city that are primarily residential, with many types of housing and some types of commercial activities. Specifically, this designation discourages automobile-related businesses such as a gas station. Granting of these variances would be not in keeping with this designation's intent. However, staff acknowledge that the gas station is an existing use and that the underlying use is not prohibited in the zoning of this district. So while granting of the variance would allow a use that is not in keeping with the SLOOP to persist, staff is not concerned whether or not the appellant meets the area requirements. Planning staff finds the appeal 12019 is not in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any questions from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant.
Hi, my name is Kim Mathis. I'm the attorney for the appellant. Dwight Barker is also available. He is the project manager for the appellant, and the owner is here to also testify, as well as a civil engineer. And I also wanted to mention that we have members of the community also available who will testify after those 3 are presented.
Okay.
I'd like to start with just explaining my response to
Ms. Mathis.
So, Ms. Mathis, we will, I was allowing you to get in with what you how you were going to handle this, but you will need to be sworn in once you start giving any sort of testimony.
Okay, I was just making like an opening statement, so I didn't know if that counts as testimony.
So yeah, opening statements would actually be a part of the record and would require you to be sworn in.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. That's fine. I'll go ahead and do that right now.
Sure.
Sure you will.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Now I need you to state your name and mailing address for the record.
Okay, my name is Kimberly J. Mathis, and my mailing address is 5322 Tam Avenue, St. Louis, the city of St. Louis, Missouri, 63109.
Thank you. Proceed.
Okay, I'd like to just respond to some of the things in the zoning examiner statement that the zoning examiner just made in terms of the legal allegations, and then we'll get into the factual testimony coming forward. So I believe that at the very end of the zoning examiner's remarks, he mentioned that the use is a conforming use, but said that possibly it won't be sometime in the future. So I'm going to just address those 2 things. First, in the denial, there are a few ordinances cited, section 26.16050, that governs changes in a non-conforming use. It sounded like when he was speaking that they have agreed that we are not making any changes in a non-conforming use. And according to that ordinance, it says if no structural alterations are made, non-conforming use of a building may be changed to another non-conforming use. That ordinance doesn't apply to this permit in any way whatsoever because there's no change in use here. Same with section 26.16060. That deals with a discontinuation in a non-conforming use. The use of the property as a motor fuel station is a conforming use in the J Industrial District, and therefore it's not being discontinued. So that ordinance doesn't apply to this this particular appeal. And finally, 26.16060 also deals with a non-conforming use of any structure, which again, this is not one. So those first three that are mentioned as the basis for denial, those don't come up in this appeal in any way at all. So I just wanted to highlight that. And then I wanted to mention that there is no specific ordinance cited in this basis for denial that allows the city to require that an alteration or an expansion to a property that it is required to bring it into 100% conformance with what is called area restrictions. So area restrictions obviously are different than use. So use would be we're using the property as a convenience store, motor fuel station. Area restrictions involve where things are located on the property, such as the pump distance and the frontage and the things that the zoning examiner mentioned. But there's nothing in the code of the city of St. Louis that allows the city to stop a structure from being altered if the structure is not creating a new nonconformance. So in other words, if it's already non-conforming and we are not making that non-conformance larger, then there's nothing in the ordinances that prohibits that. And there's some Missouri case law out there that says that as long as the changes don't increase a non-conformity. In other words, if your pump is already not far enough away from the front, as long as you're not moving your pump closer to the lot line and you're leaving it where it is, that should suffice. So I just wanted to highlight that legal, the difference between what I'm reading in the case law and what is being put on the basis for denial. So here, in this particular instance, this gas station is an existing gas station. It received an occupancy permit when the property was first approved for the new owners to use it, to continue to use it as a gas station and convenience store. And it was determined on that occupancy permit that all restrictions and zoning restrictions were met. So the changes that are proposed do not move a pump. They do not change the frontage as it exists right now. They do not make the property more non-conforming. So that's the first issue. And then I just wanted to bring up the pump. I'm going to present some testimony that will establish that the pump has been sitting in that same location for, we don't know how long, certainly since we purchased the property. But I think the building is quite old, and I think you'll hear some testimony about that. And to our knowledge, the pump's been there for at least 20 years. No problems with the pump and no issues have arisen with its location. As far as the front yard setback area, I want to, and I have to do this, I have to read into the record a couple of ordinances. And I would ask the zoning examiner if he can verify that I'm reading these correctly. But the first is the definition of the word yard, and it's in 26.08.440. Open space between buildings and the adjoining lot line, which is open to the sky, unobstructed by a structure other than sills, belt courses, and ornamental features not to exceed 4 inches. That portion of the cornices or roof overhang and fixed awnings that is 3 feet or less. except that when a yard is required, cornices, roof overhang, and fixed awnings shall not be any closer to any lot line than 2 feet. 3, that portion of open fire escapes, unenclosed porches or balconies that 3 feet or less, except that when a yard is required, open fire escapes, unenclosed porches or balconies shall not be any closer to the lot line than 3 feet. And 4, ordinary projection of chimneys and pilasters when placed so as to not obstruct light and ventilation. And that again is 26.08.440. Zoning examiner, can you confirm that I read that correctly?
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay. And then the other one that is relevant here is the front yard area. It's in 26.28.060. And it reads as follows. Front yard area A, when 25% of a frontage within the district is improved with dwellings and a majority of such improved frontage has observed a front lot line with a variation in depth of not more than 6 feet, no building hereafter constructed shall project beyond the average front yard line so established, except that in no event shall the front yard line be greater than 50 feet. If less than 25% of such frontage is developed, then a front yard line for such frontage shall be the same as that for any other frontage located within 2 city blocks as designated by house numbers in any direction from the site. If no such precedent is available, then the front yard line shall be a minimum of 10 feet, but may not be required to exceed 25 feet from the front lot line at the front of the lot. Notwithstanding the preceding paragraph, no front yard shall be required to exceed the average depth of the front yard line in either of the lots abutting, and no front yard line shall be required to be greater than 50 feet from the front lot line. Did I read that correctly as well?
That is correct.
Okay. So those two regulations, basically, when you read them together, mean that if, for example, a canopy is built in a front yard, then the front yard does not include the section with the canopy. So you're going to hear some testimony that a gas station building, for example, a convenience store, does not need to be built 50 feet from the front yard line. If in fact there's a canopy, you would erase or deduct, you would subtract the portion of the canopy from that distance from the front lot line to the front of the building. And when you do that here, the remaining yard that is counted for the distance from the front yard line to the building, the remaining distance is only less than 21 feet. So I just wanted to make sure that we had those ordinances available. All right. So that leaves us with the pump, and we agree that the current pump is slightly less than 20 feet from the front yard line, unless you include, it's not clear from the ordinances what constitutes a front yard line. It's either inside the sidewalk or outside the sidewalk. And I've looked all throughout these ordinances to get the definition of lot line. And all it says is that a lot line is, and I have it right here, pull that up, a line bounding a lot. So it's not clear to me or anyone else exactly where that lot line is. In my property in the city, it's drawn to be at the street where I live. So my lot line ends at the street according to the records. With this one, I think it's kind of unclear because various records have it drawn either at the street or inside the sidewalk. Either way, I believe we're super close. If you go from the street, super close to 20 feet, may even be greater than 20 feet. But if you go inside the sidewalk there, it's a little less. Regardless, it has sat there all along for several years with no problems. So with that, I'd like to have to ask some people to testify, and I'm going to start with Dwight Barker, if I can do that, if he can please be sworn in.
Is Mr. Barker in your office, or is he on the Zoom?
He should be on the Zoom.
Good evening.
There we go.
Oh, okay. And so there are two people, Mr. Barker. Okay.
Right, can you raise your hand? Okay.
You all see me okay?
Thank you. Yes, we see you.
Okay, thank you.
Laura, can you see and
Yes,
hear
I
him?
can. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Repeat that, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, your sound is a bit soft, but
You slide it forward. 1 second, we're gonna move this a little closer. How's that? Is that better?
yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Dwight Barker, address 325 South Byhalia Road, Collierville, Tennessee, 38017.
Okay, proceed with your testimony.
Dwight, can you introduce yourself and tell us what your position is?
Dwight Barker, and I am project manager for the ownership group. And I deal with projects from zoning through development, design, all the way through construction.
Dwight, how long have you been a project manager?
Over 20 years.
On projects similar to what we have going on here?
Yes.
Did
Can
you hear me,
me?
Dwight?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have any experience in government?
Yes.
Miss
I am
Mathis,
a-
hold on. I'm sorry, George just muted himself. Okay, give me just a second. Mary, you have a question?
Yes, I'm sorry, but I have a legal question, so I think we're going to have to ask to go into a closed session before we can continue.
Okay. Miss Mathis, my apologies. We will need to go into closed session. Give us a few minutes here and we will come back to the testimonial portion of the hearing.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Mel,
Yes.
Mona,
Yes.
Anne, you are,
Yes.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
and George.
Yes.
Okay. The board will now go into closed session.
Do you need the rest of us to hop off, or are you moving yourselves up to a different window?
Andy,
So the city will.
We're putting everyone in the
remove you
waiting room.
temporarily.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna have to join
Yeah.
from my phone because I gotta head to City Hall, but I'll be in the waiting room momentarily. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thanks.
We get everybody.
Dwight and Mary C. Foshich.
And okay, yeah, okay.
Are we in closed session now? Okay. Yeah, oh, wait.
Laura's still here.
Laura's still here.
Oh, is Laura? Okay, I wasn't sure.
And L stirred backup.
Okay. I assume we're keeping Mia.
Yes. Please.
Only reason we're here is to talk to her.
Okay, I believe everyone is back in the meeting room.
Do you see the alderman?
She was going to rejoin
Okay.
by phone.
Okay. Is she rejoining by phone? Okay, she's going to rejoin by phone. Yeah.
Okay, so before we proceed, we are going to get some clarification from staff.
Okay,
Is there something you want me to do differently?
Yes, I will address that as well.
I can be sworn in again if I need to.
Yes, let's get you sworn in.
Swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. So I just wanted to offer some points of clarification on the denial that and focus the variances that the board is considering. So in the elaborative portion of my testimony, I explained that initially the variances required were for item number 7 and item number 11 of the site requirements, and that the appellant has provided adequate provisions for item 7. So then item 7 is not required for a variance, but item 11 is, and the front yard setback requirement along East Davis Street is also required for a variance because there is an addition that is adding to that frontage on East Davis Street, which is existing, which is currently non-conforming. So that would be an expansion of the non-conforming building. So two area variances, one for the Pump Island location and the East Davis frontage.
Thank you, Andy. So, Ms. Mathis, based on that, those are the two items that the board will be considering. We will not be considering anything beyond that. And so testimony should be limited to those items that the board can consider. I understand how you are presenting. The board typically does not allow attorneys to cross their witnesses. I will allow that. However, you are still limited to 3 minutes of testimony per individual. So if the way you have set this up conflicts with that, then perhaps each individual should testify without your lead. It is up to you, but there is 3 minutes per person for testimony.
Okay, so can I ask a few questions about that?
Sure.
Is there somewhere that's published so that I know what the rules are for the hearing?
It is, I do not know if that is published. It is in my packet, and
Okay.
and I read it at the beginning prior to any testimony being given.
Okay, I appreciate that. We had some technical difficulties at the beginning, and so I did not hear your original rules. So
Got it. Yeah.
yeah, we
Yeah. So
were,
that,
I actually, yeah, I was unable to get on and had to actually move to a whole new location. So I apologize. I wasn't aware of the 3 minutes. I would like to keep it short. I don't want it to go on for a long time. So that's perfectly fine.
sure.
But
So, and to be fair, you know, I have experience where there have been 20 witnesses, and you know, and also have experience where people are rehashing what has already been testified to. So
okay,
what
I'm
would
trying to balance. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. There's a little delay, so I think you're done and then you're not. So
Sure.
are you finished?
Yes.
Okay. So the reason that I did what I did is because just under Missouri law, in a contested case hearing, an attorney has an opportunity to cross-examine. So I was going based on administrative law rules generally for state law. So I apologize if that's not your practice, but that is what I was expecting.
So our attorney Mia will.
So yes, you can ask cross, but the cross is usually asked through the chairman. So out of control of the proceeding, if you had a question for another witness, you can ask it, but you would ask it to the chairman and he would do it. So no direct is usually performed by an attorney, is usually by the chairman. He would ask the questions that need to be considered, or the board members will ask the questions that they have based off of their inquiry at that time. So that's the difference between how you're presenting your case and what typically happens is that if you did have any follow-up questions, you would just ask them directly to the chairman, and then the chairman will turn around and direct those questions to the witness. So you do still have the ability to ask cross. It's just not happening from your mouth. It's happening from the chairman's.
Okay. And that's the same for direct. Same for direct. I don't ask Dwight questions, but if there's something I would like for the chair to ask Dwight, then he can ask. Okay. I get it. Thank you. Okay, so can Dwight go back on and be sworn in and say what he has to say?
Yes, and Ms. Mathis, I will allow again for you to direct, but there is still a 3-minute limit. So if in doing so, that creates less time for you to for the witness to respond, I'm saying maybe you should do it differently.
I understand. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Is Dwight
Okay.
still considered
Yes.
sworn?
Let's get Dwight sworn in again, just to.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
One more time, sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Dwight, we still can't hear you.
How about now?
Yes.
Better.
Okay.
Also, just a reminder, folks, since you were having technical difficulties at the beginning of this, please speak one at a time or the audio will cancel out.
Okay, Dwight, can you state your name and mailing address again for the record?
Dwight Barker, address 325 South Byhalia Road, Collierville, Tennessee, 38017.
Okay, Ms. Mathis, you can proceed.
Okay, Dwight, I guess, Chair, can you ask him to please say what he's here to say?
You can direct, Ms. Mathis.
Okay. Mr. Barker, can you please just present the evidence you plan to present today?
We're just attempting to add on to an existing convenience store with the pumps. One question I had, it was mentioned that one of the variances or one of the issues was on the East Davis side for frontage. We're not adding on to that side. Our addition will be on the inside of the property. So where the building sits and where the pumps sit now, that is basically the only way that this site will work as a convenience store with pumps. We're just trying to beautify the corner. We're trying to add on to an existing C-store to benefit the community. As far as the front line setback, we're at about 20.7 to the front line if you include the canopy. So other than that, I have the civil engineer here who can speak to more specifics about the site as well.
Dwight, can you talk a bit about your background in government?
Yes, I am currently an alderman in Arlington, Tennessee. I was chairman of the Industrial Development Board for 5 years. I was on the Planning Commission for 6 or 7 years, and I'm also the chairman of the BZA, the Board of Zoning Appeals in Arlington as well.
So you've made decisions like this before?
All the time.
Okay. And is that pump that is located on the property that is arguably within 20 feet of the lot line, has it ever been in a different place since our client has owned it? Is that a no?
Can you hear me?
No, we could not.
I said, no, it's always been in that position.
Do you know how long it's been there working as a pump?
When I went back and looked, I saw that an occupancy permit was issued on March 22nd, 1993 for a convenience store with pumps. So I'm assuming that's about how long it's been there, since 1993.
And you've reviewed the zoning ordinances, but for possibly the pump, do you find any other issues? If this property is required to come into conformance, do you find any other issues that would prevent it from coming into conformance?
I mean, where the building sits and where the pumps are is where everything needs to be with the addition.
And is it safe if it's operated in that condition with the pumps where they are and where the building is planned to be?
Yes.
Will that contribute to public safety and welfare?
There will be no issue with public safety or welfare where the pumps are.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
10 seconds, any additional testimony?
I think we've submitted an affidavit from Byron Houston, who is the engineer. Is that going to be sufficient, or do you want to hear from him as well?
We do have the affidavit. That's honestly up to you. If you think there's anything additional that he can offer in testimony.
Okay. Can we go ahead and swear him in then? I'll ask him just a couple of questions.
Sure.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Could not hear you.
Could not hear you. Yeah, you're going to have to get closer.
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
My name is Byron Houston, P.O. Box 3087, Oxford, Mississippi 38655.
Proceed with your testimony.
Mr. Houston, Byron, can you please talk to them about whether it would even be possible to have a motor fuel station within the requirements and restrictions set forth in the code?
Yes, this site is so narrow and it's long and narrow. The site is 142 feet by 225 feet, and it limits to the layout. If you were to move the building to the front of the lot line, you would have, in relation to where the tanks are, you would have to move the canopies for the fuel and put it somewhere in the back or something, and it just won't fit properly to where you could safely do it, maneuver the vehicles in and out of the property.
So is the way that it's designed right now, is that the ideal location for public safety?
It's the optimum location, I mean, optimum design, in my opinion.
Okay, so one of the things we're talking about here is whether it's a practical difficulty to make any changes that without a variance that would require us to not get one. Is there any way to possibly do that at all, even if it were practical?
I don't think so. I mean, I've kind of looked at some different scenarios and I haven't found a way to do it.
And so, in your estimation, do you think it's a practical difficulty, or at least a practical difficulty or an undue hardship to be able to come within those zoning restrictions? I didn't hear you.
I believe that's it's just very impractical to try to do that.
And would it be an undue hardship as well?
That's correct.
Okay, and I'm sorry, I didn't ask you in the beginning. Can you just give us your credentials? Are you an engineer, civil engineer? Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, ma'am. I graduated from University of Mississippi in 1998, and I'm licensed in the state of Missouri as an engineer. Been licensed in Missouri for 3 years now, and I've got 28 plus years of construction experience and engineering experience as far as building commercial sites and doing commercial development and roads and bridges and all kind of utilities and everything.
And did you design did you approve this project? Can you talk about your role in that?
Yeah, so we offered a layout of this site for the addition and dimensioning and basically tried to follow in close conformity with the zoning ordinances and in doing the upgrades on the store.
Okay.
That's 3 minutes.
Thank you. I just want you to talk about.
Is there anyone else here that you have to testify?
I've got Malik Rupani, who is going to testify. He's he's a member of the LLC that owns the property.
Okay, let's get you sworn in.
Oh. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Malik Rupani, 325 South Bahalia Road, Collierville, Tennessee, 38017.
Okay, Mr. Butani, Ms. Mathis, you can proceed.
Can you explain what the plans are and why the building, why you are expanding and the reasons for it and what will it do for the community?
Okay. So when we bought this property, we were thinking about this. When we took over the store is very small. The size of the C-store is very small, very congested, and it's more of a rectangle shape. And we started looking into it and we wanted to expand that. We start talking to our guests and they would love that. They said, if you can add hot food in that, if you can add more groceries like sugar, salt, flour, day-to-day cleaning products, produce, medicine, so forth and so on, which they don't have to take a bus or go anywhere else because this is very, very convenient for them. So when we started talking to them, we understand that we could certainly make this bigger to add the value to the community, and they are really appreciative to this. I've spoken to numerous people in the community, including the alderwoman and Schweitzer, and everybody is very, very supportive to this idea. That's how we plan this out, that how do we make this bigger and keep it safe and viable for the community. And that's how we started working on it. We applied for it. And we're hoping, because we're beautifying the corner, it's going to cost millions of dollars to do that, to beautify the corner and make it more convenient and value-added facility to the community. And we're hoping to get this approved so we can start working. Because we couldn't get due to the technical difficulties, we're not at the same facility. Me and Kimberly Mathis at the different location, and all the people who are willing to testify. I think there are about 30, 40 people and more wanted to come. And we said, you know what, this is more than enough just to give that understanding what really community would like to see. And they will also testify when you will see, when you'll hear them.
Okay. I don't have any more questions for Mr. Rapani. Does the board want to ask any questions at this time? Or I'm not finished. We have some more witnesses, so I don't know if you do that
Sure.
at the end.
No, if the board has no questions for that witness, then we can move to the next one.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. All right. I think we have one more and then we'll get to some members of the public. Is the Alderwoman Schweitzer available?
Hello.
Yes. Let's get you sworn in, Alderwoman.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. Can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Sure. Anne Schweitzer, 4063 Haven Street.
Proceed.
Thank you.
Ms. Schweitzer and Ms. Mathis.
I can just give some quick testimony. I was skeptical of I'm skeptical of gas stations in general, but when I got to know Mr. Rupani and the team that works with them, they've really been good neighbors and people who've done a great job taking care of the site. You know, I've seen their plans and looked at where the screening will be for the fence and what expansion they're trying to do, and I do think that a variance would be appropriate for what they're trying to do here. You know, I know it's not part of what's being considered today, but in the Planning Commission, we are talking about the rules and regulations for gas stations moving forward so that they can be you know, better neighbors as a rule based on what the conditions are set for through zoning regulations. And so I was able to talk with Mr. Rupani about some of those things, and one of those is, you know, pedestrian access along the site, and he indicated that they were fine putting in a little planter type thing or some sort of area that would better protect the pedestrians crossing, you know, in front of their property on South Broadway, which isn't part of what's being considered today, but that just really demonstrates the type of neighbors that they've been to the community. And I am here to support the neighborhood groups that I've spoken with. The leaders in the neighborhood are supportive. They appreciate the work that they're doing here. And I am grateful for the time to speak. I've got the Public Infrastructure and Utilities Committee meeting starting at 3:30, so I'll probably hop off unless there's any questions for me, but that's all I wanted to say today.
Any board members have any questions for the Alderman? Thank you, Alderwoman.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alderwoman Schweitzer. Okay, I'd like to ask Scott Ryder to be sworn in. He's available on the phone.
We have him on video here, Scott. Hello? So raise your right. Hi there.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 second. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Can you hear me?
Their feed seems to be frozen.
Is there any way you speak a little?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
So we can hear you, but there seems to be a delay with your video.
Okay. I'm sworn in just a while ago.
If I may suggest, if they turn off their video, perhaps we could hear them more clearly.
Sure.
We're going to try to call into the Zoom meeting and maybe just make it
So
easier for you to hear.
So we can hear you. We hear you fine now.
Okay.
The video was making it difficult
Okay.
watching, and the voices are not syncing with the video. So if you can raise your right hand, the court reporter will continue.
It is raised.
Okay. Can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised?
My right hand is raised, ma'am. Yes,
Do
it
you
is.
swear? Okay, thank you. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Scott Reiter, 8310 Water Street.
8310, what was that?
Water Street. I live right behind the gas station.
Water Street.
Water Street. You have that, Laura? Okay. Proceed.
Mr.
Okay,
Reiter,
well,
can you
ahead.
tell everyone, Mr. Reiter, can you tell everyone about where you're located, what you can see from your property, and how you feel about the gas station as it currently is and what you'd like to see?
Well, I've been there almost all my life, and in that community, and the gas station used to be ran down. I mean, it was a bad place to be around. Since these people have taken over, they cleaned the whole area up. I mean, I got visual right from my house, and they cleaned the area up. They're good people. I think if they made it a little bit bigger, like they're intending to do, they bring business to the community, which also help clean the area up a little bit better, because there's no other shops around there where people can get hot food unless you go to the county late at night, or I mean, after 5 o'clock, it's a ghost town down there. So it's like they're only open, South Public Market's filled with nothing but badness down there, and nobody wants to go down there really. If you got a family, and I mean, it's really probably the best thing going for us right now is them guys. So that's how I feel. I feel like the market would be put in there. It'd help a lot of families out around there. A lot of people, a lot of ladies down there got babies. They don't have vehicles, and they would help them out because they got to walk to Lee May or take a bus and drag their children along. It's just not right. If it's in their own community, it would help out so much. That's how I really feel.
Okay, I think and you're familiar with the plans that what it's gonna add, and you're happy with those? Is that
Well,
my
yeah,
understanding?
yeah, I do. I'm very happy with everything. I just think it'd be better for the whole neighborhood.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Reiter.
Thank you.
Any board members have any questions? Nope. Next.
Tanya Jackson.
Was that Tanya or Sonia?
It's
Tanya.
Tanya. Okay.
All right, Tanya's here. You're gonna swear.
I think she's there. Tanya, are you there to be sworn in?
One at a time, please.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry.
Miss Jackson. Since we don't have video, the court reporter will explain.
Miss Jackson, we're going to treat this as if you are calling in over the phone and that I cannot see you. So can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised?
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Tanya Jackson, and I live at 8106 South Broadway, St. Louis, Missouri 63111.
And proceed.
Ms. Jackson, I'd just like for you to talk about the gas station and convenience store that is at 8200 Broadway, how you feel about it, and ever since the new owners took over, and what you'd like to see in terms of the expansion of the building.
Since they've taken it over, it's become a really good gas station. Before they took it over, we didn't go up there because of the riffraff that was outside and the people. And since they've taken it over, it's been a great place. We love going up there all the time, and it'd be great to have hot food and to expand it and make it a better gas station altogether.
Is there anything else that you know about the expansion, like in terms of what kinds of products will be offered, and basically what's available right now for sale versus what's going to be available if it's able to be made bigger?
It would be a lot bigger if they had hot food. We wouldn't have to go to any other place, gas station to go to.
She's cutting out.
Yeah, she'll have to restate that. We cannot hear.
Say that again.
Ms. Jackson, are you there?
I said it yeah.
Go ahead.
I said it would be a great gas station if they expanded it. They would have more food, hot food. We wouldn't have to find different gas stations to go to. It would be all in one right there for us. They'd have more personal items to buy, more fountain drinks. Hot food would be great. All in all, it would be a better place and a bigger place for everybody.
And if you can't go there, where do you have to go, Miss Jackson? How far?
We have to go a distance to go to like a Quick Trip. It's about 10 minutes away, and it's so much further. Sometimes it's hard to get to those places. And I like it better here because it's more convenient, and the people, the owners are more friendly. There's not any trouble that goes on up there. Nobody hangs out in the parking lot. It's a lot safer now than it was before. Before, nobody wanted to go there. Now we're always up there.
And do you think it would be even safer with it expanded to be a larger building with more offerings?
Yeah, actually, I do. It would make it more pleasant, probably, attract, but
okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Jackson.
Ms. Jackson, is that a 10 minute walk or a 10-minute drive to the closest Quick Trip?
To walk, it would take about 20 minutes. To drive, it's probably, depending on traffic and stuff, it's about 6 to 10 minutes to drive it. But to walk, it takes about 20-25 minutes, and it's way out of the way for us.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Any other board members have any questions?
I have a question.
Yes, Ann.
This is from Ms. Mathis.
Okay.
We really appreciate all of the support and testimony. How many more witnesses do you have? Because I really do have the gist of, we do. I mean, I do. I can only speak for myself. How many more witnesses do you have?
I was supposed to be in the room. Thank you for your question. Michael is an intern that's helping me. Is it okay if he responds, because he's going to know better than me?
Okay.
How many people are there, Michael, to speak in favor of this property?
We have right now. We have about we have 30 to 35.
Okay. Okay. Everybody here will tell you I'm a new board member, so I could be wrong in saying this, but I really do have the gist. I get it. You have a lot of support. You even have a guy here, Mr. Walker is from my hometown or near it. Mr. Walker, I'm from Tupelo, Mississippi. And he's from Oxford. I'm impressed. I get exactly the support portion of this, and thank you. But are you saying you have 30 some more people? Is that what? Because that's.
I haven't as many people as it takes to talk this Board of Adjustment into letting these people make this gas station nicer. Because I live in the city of
Okay.
St. Louis, ma'am, and we want to get it nice.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say is, and I'm speaking for myself. I can't speak for the board. I could even be going against the rules, but I'm new. We get it. We get it. We get
Yeah.
it. Serious.
So Anne,
I could be wrong.
while I do understand your plight, if there are people here to testify, we have to allow them to
Okay.
testify.
Oh, we're not.
And there are 30 more people. Is that what we're saying?
It's diminishing as we speak because a lot of people got there at 1 o'clock and they've been waiting this whole time. And then, so hopefully we can just kind of go through it real quick.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Who's next to testify in favor of this appeal?
Looking for the list. Michael, can you say the name of the next person, please?
It's Tim Weidman.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Weidman,
Tim
let's get you
Weidman.
sworn in.
I'm putting him on the phone right now.
Thank you.
Hello.
By the way, this is the court reporter. Just please understand that since I did not have these names in advance, it is going to take me time to type in them all. Is it Whiteman?
Yes.
Can you spell that?
W-I, D as in dog, E as in Edward, M-A-N.
Sorry, just 1 second. Okay, so sir, I am the court reporter, and since you were calling in over the phone, can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised?
Yes.
Do you swear or
Yes.
affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
My name is Timothy Weidman, and I live at 8112 South Broadway.
Proceed.
Can you talk, Mr. Weidman, can you just tell us what you know about the expanded gas station, your experience at the gas station since the new owners took over? And your opinions about how it will impact public safety and welfare in your community?
Well, the old Circle K used to be terrible service. The managers used to start fighting for people, and ever since these guys taken over, it's been amazing. I mean, they're friendly. They're, community. They reach out to the community and everything. I think having a bigger store with food would be great instead of having to walk to Quick Trip, which is about a 20-minute walk.
And so do you believe that it would improve public safety and welfare in your community to have a nice convenience store that's large enough to offer some of the things that the owners have said that they'd like to do?
Yes, I do. I mean, having stuff, hot food, and then some amenities that you might have that you can't get at the local stores, because there's like a last stop liquor, but they don't really have a lot of the things you need most of the time. So
having the convenience store items like the household items, toilet paper, all of those kinds of things, that's what you're talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Weidman. I don't have any other questions for you.
Any questions from the board? And who's next to testify?
A lot of people have funneled out after hearing that
that you guys had gotten the message.
Michael, can you ask them to stay?
Who
Here we
is
have Roy
speaking right
Dukes.
now?
I'm sorry.
Who is speaking right now?
I believe this
my name's
is
Michael
Miss.
Mathis. Oh,
Okay, because you don't have any identification. So, is this the intern?
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
I have two there. One is Michael Mathis, which is my son, and the other is Alicia Pallett, and they're both future lawyers.
So, Mia, do they need to be sworn in before they talk?
Yes, if they're giving testimony.
I don't want them to
Yeah.
give testimony. I'm
Yeah,
just
they're
trying
not.
to, yeah, they're not giving any testimony. They're just trying to present the next person in line to talk.
Yeah, that was my understanding. There's no testimony being given by them. They're just basically.
Might I suggest, Ms. Mathis, that you present the people that are going to testify? I think it might go a little smoother.
She doesn't know who's in the room. She's not there. So I guess if person comes up to the mic, they can't say who they are.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
we've had some technical difficulties. Sorry, did I cut somebody off?
No. I'm listening to you.
Oh, so unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties, so we're dialing in on my phone, and I'm just trying to pass around my phone to whoever is testifying next.
Right. So what I'm asking is basically whoever you have remaining, you can put them in a line and go down the line with your phone to each person. I will ask for the next person to testify. They can give me their name. We will then get them sworn in. I will then ask them for their name and mailing address, and then they will be allowed to testify.
Okay, I'm going to pass the phone to the next person testifying right now. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
And yes. And who is this?
This is Roy Dukes.
Roy, what's your last name?
Dukes, D-U-K-E-S.
D-U-K. Do you have that, Laura?
D-U-K-E-S.
D-U-K-E-S.
Yes, Roy Dukes.
Okay, Mr. Dukes, this is the
hello?
this is the court reporter.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Mr. Dukes.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. We're going to get you sworn in now.
Yes, since you're calling over the phone, can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised?
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Dukes, can you state your full name and mailing address for the record?
Roy Dukes, 8407 South Broadway.
Okay, proceed.
That's it.
Miss Mathis, you are muted and you can direct.
Roy, can you just tell them why you are interested in having the store expanded?
Because I get off around like 11 and 12, and I be hungry, and sometimes all the stores in my area, see, I live across the street at the store, front of the store, and all the stores be closed, and I'd rather like go across the street to the store I live across the other and get some food from there, little cool drinks. About it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Board members, any questions? Nope. Next. Next person to
Hello?
testify. Yes.
Oh, you said next person to testify?
Next
So get a
person
phone
to
back.
text.
Hello.
Yes. What is your name?
My name is Warren, W-A-R-R-E-N, Haneke, H-A-N-N-E-K-E.
Did you get that, Laura?
I'm sorry.
That question's for the court reporter.
1 second, please. Okay, Mr. Haneke, can you
Yes,
please
ma'am.
verbally confirm that your right hand is raised?
Yes,
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Mr. Haneke, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
My name is Warren Haneke. My mailing address is 8115 Riley, R-E-I-L-L-Y.
Proceed.
Okay. And
Miss Mathis, so I'm going to
I
need
think
you
it's
to be
easier.
ready.
I'll ask a question. Can you tell us about the reasons why you're here today and your opinions about the expansion of the store at 8200 Broadway?
well, I've been a resident roughly for 45 years, and I've been at my current address for 20, a little over 20. And I mean, since 2020, I've seen nothing but multiple businesses shut down. And I'd like to see one stay open. And then when they do close, they're either having squatters inside them or they're getting tore down. It's bringing the neighborhood down. So I think it's a good thing for the station to stay open. Like I said, there's nothing else closed after 7 o'clock. There's nowhere else to go. But yeah, I think it's good for the neighborhood to see money coming in instead of everything being dilapidated and torn apart.
Miss Mathis, you're muted.
And do you think that you would utilize the store? Do you think that it would contribute to the public safety and welfare of the area?
Yes, I think it's more safe for the business instead of being closed down and having squatters get inside it. Most of our
You are cutting out. Can
5
you
years.
move the phone? You're cutting out. Can you move the
Yeah,
phone
can you hear me
closer and
now?
repeat your answer? Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you can hear me? Anyway, I think it's a good thing that they stay open, and I think it's safer because all the buildings that have been closing down in the last 5 years in my neighborhood, when they do shut down, you got squatters in there and they're being tore down and dilapidated. It's bringing the property value down, but I live 2 blocks from there, and I think it's a good thing to stay open for the neighborhood. And it's safer.
How do you think it's safer?
Well, because it's not another empty building with homeless people staying inside of it, 5 and 10 people at a time. I mean, within a mile radius down South Broadway, that's all there is. It's empty buildings now and empty businesses with homeless
about
people staying inside them. I'm not knocking. Yeah.
What about making it bigger?
What about
Why
what?
does that make it better? Making it larger and offering more things. Why does that make it better for the community?
10 seconds.
Well, that's more of a that's more of a choice for the community to have when there's nothing else around there. After 7 o'clock, the closest store is roughly a half a mile down the road, and they close at 7. So it's more than instead of having to walk to Lee, make 2 miles or 3 miles or whatever it is. So yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'm hearing.
Who is next to testify?
Hello.
Yes. What's your name?
James Beck.
James, what's the last name?
Beck, B-E-C-K.
Do you have that, Laura?
Yes, I do.
Huh?
Just please understand that I have to manually type in a new speaker every time.
Yeah. So there will be a pause, and whatever intern is handling this for you, Miss Mathis, can that person explain that there will be a pause while the court reporter types in each person's name, and then I will come back to them once we've done this so that they can be sworn in to try and move this along.
I am trying. I'm doing that. I'm texting. So next person.
James Beck at 7911 South Broadway.
Yeah, we're not ready for you, Mr. Beck.
And you look familiar.
Possibly.
Okay, I am ready. Mr. Beck, since you're on the phone, can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Beck, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
James Beck, 7911 South Broadway, St. Louis, Missouri, 63111.
Proceed. Ms. Mathis.
Mr. Beck, thank you for coming. Can you please tell us how you feel an expanded, larger gas station convenience store will impact your community in terms of public safety and welfare?
Well, they're open 24 hours. Since they've been there, I show up and they're open so I can get gas and stuff in the morning before I go to work. And we ain't got nowhere close that people could walk to get something to eat. Besides, they get their kitchen. And it's convenient for everybody around there, but there ain't nothing around for a couple of miles.
Did you say it's convenient? Okay, did you say it was convenient for
Yeah.
everyone around there?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you aware that they're going to add a hot food bar and expanded options for groceries?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. That's why I came, because I'm hoping they do that. So we ain't got to drive to get something to eat. Instead, you can just walk up the street and get it.
Mr. Beck, I need you to hold the phone right by your mouth because we can't hear you.
Say again?
I've heard everything that Mr. Beck has testified. Well,
Okay,
is
thank
there
you,
any
Mr.
addition? Thank you, Mr. Beck.
Thank you.
Who is next to testify?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. What is your name?
My name is Michael Price, Price.
Okay. Give us a second, Mr. Price.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Price, this is the court reporter. Can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised?
It is.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr.
Thank
Price,
you.
can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Michael Price, and it's 206 East Davis Street, St. Louis 63111.
Okay, proceed with your testimony.
Yeah, they were just showing us like, telling us about the changes they want to make to the store and how they, like, it'd be good for us over there because there's really like no other really places to get like hot food or anything like that. Like the Quick Trip's too far over, and the Circle K or whatever it is, it's all the way up into the county part. So it's like really good. They got a really good location there, and for them to have the food and stuff would really help, you know, a lot the community, I believe.
Okay.
Okay, I don't have any other questions for you. Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Who is next to testify?
I have a question.
Yes, Ann.
I have a question for
Yeah.
Ms. Mathis. I'd like to know, Ms. Mathis.
Yes.
I'd like to know if, or whose idea, was it Mr. Rupani's, or was it your idea to the redundancy and the repetition? Did you feel that that would positively influence the board members? Is that what this is? Because we're hearing the same thing over and over again. It's just a question. I'm just, you know, it's a question.
I understand.
Wow.
The individuals are giving their addresses and they all live basically within a block. They can see the gas station from their house.
Okay.
And I think that not all of them, but most of the first 4 or 5 can see it from their house. And then these are other people that live in the community. And the law requires that basically the law requires the Board of Adjustment to allow for the community to present information as to the public safety and welfare that is proposed by this change. And with all due respect, if I knew how you guys were going to come out, we wouldn't need to go through all of this. But in Missouri law, under Missouri law for administrative cases, we have to put all of our evidence on in front of the board, because in the event you do not grant this, then I have to have this preserved for appeal. And so I wouldn't be able to present the evidence of all of the people who live in the community if I don't do it here. So I'm not trying to bore you. We are not trying to make this drawn out any longer than it needs to be. I'm just trying to create a record, ma'am, because all of these people are very close to that convenience store, and the public safety and welfare aspect of your inquiry this is relevant to it. So if the board wants to concede that this would improve the public safety and welfare of the community, and if you all want to do that now, we can stop having witnesses testify that they want the expanded gas station.
Is there any way possible you can provide the board with a list of all attendees that you have there with their name and their address? And so that information can be verified for the board and they can sign next to their name to show like a petition, essentially. All the people who reside within a radius of the gas station who you would like to present, because they're not really giving any new information. They're saying the same thing. And so it is truly just about you putting on your case. Other applicants have in the past provided petitions that show that these amount of people are in support of the gas station versus those opposed.
I did submit 25 letters of people who wrote down, a letter. And those were all submitted and they have their addresses on them. Some of these people are new people. If the board is willing to accept a letter without it being under oath, then I'm happy to do that. It's just that the individuals, they're there to testify, because I was under the impression that we had to present it at the hearing. And so if we don't, then, and you're willing to accept the 25 letters as well as the testimony you've heard, or just concede that the,
Okay.
yes,
One letter or one affidavit with everybody's signature wouldn't work, or, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, I'm just asking. You know, you couldn't have one letter with everybody signing it and it be an affidavit or some legal document that would show everybody who's in support of petition. I'm asking, this is a question, it's an inquiry, because the volume of and the repetition of the same information over and over again from multiple people is, and this is a personal statement, difficult and overwhelming and exhaustive. And then this is not a court of law, by the way. I know this is a legal process, but we're not in court. And there's, you know, would a judge allow 30 some witnesses saying the same thing over and over again? Maybe so. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just asking, is there a more efficient way for you to convey your and put on your evidence? And this is not court.
If I could do that, maybe the chair could address that, because
we do have your 25 letters that you submitted. That's part of our packet, so we already accepted those. Okay. I'm looking at all of 25 letters submitted by the petitioner. That's part that would go in as evidence.
So,
okay.
So yes, I was actually going to say the 25 letters that were submitted are a part of the record. They would be considered during deliberations. Again, and if Ms. Mathis has, and so the answer is yes. If of those 25 people whose letters are on the record, we do not need those 25 people to then testify again.
So you're willing to accept those as evidence?
That is correct. If you have additional testimony beyond the people who submitted the letters that we have, we have to hear them.
Yeah, I don't think any of these people submitted letters. I think these are new folks.
Okay, so based on what the commissioner has just stated, Ms. Mathis, I am going to need you to be, because I am in agreement. So I am going to need you to make sure that this process runs smoothly. You are, and I'm giving you some grace, but yes, I again, I agree with the commissioner that everyone is stating the same thing. We understand that we do have to allow everyone that wants to testify to testify. But what I need from you is to be more efficient. It's cumbersome. 30 or 35 people testifying is a challenge, but you are making it more cumbersome for the board because you're in one place and you've got your interns in another place. You're going to have to do better as we continue.
All right. So here's the thing. I think it could go a lot quicker. I think they just need to get up to the telephone and say what they need to say. And I'm trying to have that happen. We just keep going back to this issue. So I'm trying to get through them. I have a client who wants this on the record. So we're just trying to create a record.
I absolutely understand the record. there's absolutely no issue with that. But I'm going to say because of your lack of preparedness, it is making it unduly harsh on the board.
Well,
And
some of these
and
people
that
just don't have
so
access.
One at a
so
time. One at a
Miss
time.
Mathis, your interns are not with you, and all of the people who are testifying are not with you. That creates more of a hindrance here. So that being said, let's get people aligned and ready to go as soon as the other person is done testifying. Get the next person up.
They are all in a line. They're all standing there in a line to go from one to the other.
Okay, let's proceed. Who do we have next to testify? I need the person to come off of mute. Ms. Mathis, your intern is still on mute.
*6 on the phone. If you dial *6, that's the unmute.
Oh, I think it mutes you automatically if you don't speak. So it probably muted them after that.
Got it, but they are still muted.
Yeah, they have to come
The
off.
caller, if you dial *6, that's the unmute key.
Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
we need you to put. We need you to get close to the phone so that we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. What is your name?
My name's Chris Komerska. Komrska.
Give us a second.
Mr. Komerska, this is the court reporter. You're on the phone, so can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised so that I may swear you in?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Chris Komerska, Komrska. My address is 204 Davis.
Proceed.
Mr. Komeska, can you please tell us why you would like to see this station expanded?
Well, because, in our community, there's no stations that have food, hot food, within walking distance.
Okay, and you understand that in order to have hot food, they need more space.
Yes. I don't think they have hot food there.
Right, so they need to have more space to get the hot food. Is that your understanding?
Yes, yes.
And how do you personally feel it will contribute to the safety and welfare of your neighborhood where you live?
I think it'll help a lot, considering the level of people getting hit by cars in our neighborhood from walking. A lot of people, with it being right there, they don't have to cross no major streets on our side of Broadway. I think it would just be a lot safer.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Who is next to testify?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm okay. What's your name?
My name is Michael Pollard. I live at 206 East Davis.
No.
I'm like right next
No,
to the
no,
store.
no. I do not need any additional information other than
Okay.
your name right now. Your name is Michael what?
Okay, yeah, Michael Pollard. Pollard, Pollard.
Okay. Give us a second.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pollard, this is the court reporter. Can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised so that I may swear you in?
Yes, ma'am. My right hand is raised.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Thank you.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Michael, Michael, Pollard, Pollard, and I live on 206, or my mailing address is 206 East Davis, St. Louis, Missouri, 63111.
Okay, proceed.
Mr. Pollard,
so-
how close are you to the station?
I am probably like 100 miles, like 100 feet away from the gas station, so we're very, very close.
So you can see it from your house?
Front door. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you talk to me about what you'd like to see at that gas station in terms of an expansion and how it would impact the welfare in your community since it's basically in your front yard?
Yes, so I would, me personally, I would really like to see like there's a lot of other gas stations in the city that have like hot food and like a kitchen kind of, that would be very beneficial because we don't really have too many places that are like places to eat around, where I live. There's not really any other gas stations other than pretty far down Broadway. So it'd be nice to see like hot food that we could order there, or something like that would be cool.
Is there anything that it will do to improve the safety of the neighborhood?
I would say yes, because since you guys have took out all the gambling machines in St. Louis, it's really like that's taken away the element of people lingering and stuff like that. So it would be nice to see like people be able to order food and stuff around there. You know what I mean?
And so you think having the people around doing things like buying food and household supplies would be an improvement to the public welfare?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because like I said, there's not too many places at all around there to order food like that is cheap and reliable around where we stay. It's like the only gas station within 1.5 miles, 2 miles. So that'd be a big thing for us.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Okay, I appreciate it. You have a good rest of your day, guys.
Thank you. Who is next to testify?
Hi.
Hi, what is your name?
So I'm Erin Eberhardt.
Give us a second.
Sure.
Can you please spell that for me? This is the court reporter.
Sure. It's ERINEPP as in Paul, ERHART.
Just 1 second. Can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised so that I may swear you in?
Right hand is raised.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Sure. It's Erin Eberhardt, and it's 206 East Davis, St. Louis, 63111.
Okay, proceed. Ms. Mathis.
I'm coming. Okay. Can you tell us about where you live and how close it is to the station and your opinions about the public safety and welfare of the community should the store be expanded to be large enough to provide additional food and other opportunities?
So I actually live right behind the gas station. I'm 3 houses behind it, and I'm there every single day. And it would help me tremendously if there were some more options for food and possibly produce. Like I said, I'm there every day, so I don't see anything negative from expanding it at all.
Okay. Do you have any comments about how it would look in terms of its improved view for you, or like what it would do for the
It,
neighborhood in terms
yeah,
of that welfare?
yeah, it looks, I mean, it doesn't look all that amazing now, if I'm being honest, you know. It could stand an upgrade, to say the least, you know, for sure. They couldn't do anything but make the neighborhood look better.
Okay, I appreciate it, ma'am. I don't have any other questions for you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Okay. Who is next to testify?
Hello.
Can I take a break and see if the people who are left are
Yeah.
able to write, and I can have them write letters and submit them if the board would take them sort
So
of after the fact.
we cannot accept them if they have not been submitted, and if they are not submitted prior to the end of testimony, then we could not accept them.
Okay, we'll just go ahead. Next person.
Hello,
Yes, what is your name?
Jennifer Mon.
Jennifer, can you spell your last name?
Yes, MAH.
Give us a second.
Miss Ma, since you're over the phone, can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised so that I may swear you in?
My right hand is raised.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ma'am, can you just talk about about how close you live to the gas station and what it would do for the safety and welfare in your community?
Yes, I live probably less than a half a block away, and just with the gas station being expanded, and it would definitely help the community out a lot, because there is no fast food restaurants around. There's no other grocery stores that are open, you know, at all times. And, you know, so it's the only place around. It's the only convenient and close place, you know, for everyone to go to. And, you know, if they had better, or not better, but a more variety of selection of food, you know, make things a lot, you know, better for everyone. And it would definitely be an asset to the community, because, like I said, if you know, if it's available to everybody, then everybody's going to benefit from it.
Since the new owners took over, has there been any improvement in the area and the store in general?
Oh yeah. They've improved the front, you know, the outside of the store, so it looks nice and clean, and it's really lit up at nighttime, so I feel safe on the property. As in, before, I would never wanted to even go to that gas station. So they've actually, you know, they've done a lot to make it a welcoming and safe place.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Who is next to testify?
Hello,
Yes, what is your name?
Brendale Hamilton.
Brindell?
Yes,
Can you spell your first name?
BRENDELLE.
Give us a second.
Mr. Hamilton, this is the court reporter. Since you're on the phone, can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised so that I may swear you in?
Yes, my right hand is raised.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Brendale Hamilton, 8206 Minnesota Avenue.
Proceed.
Are you ready for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Hamilton, can you let us know if adding a hot food bar and making the store larger in order to add to it, if that will contribute to the public safety and welfare of your community?
Yes, I believe that it would because, well, it is closer than walking to other stores, especially during the nighttime. I know all places aren't safe, for real. But if I could go there to get some food versus going to some hot food versus going to the Quick Trip that's like a 12-minute walk, I would definitely do that and feel more comfortable knowing I'm closer to my home.
Does it make it safer for you as a person to have something closer to you that you can rely on?
Yes, because I know it's just, and I know for other people, including myself, it's certain areas that I do not like to go in specifically. So if I can stay close to my home as much as possible, I would do that.
So it keeps people off the streets walking at night. Is that a fair statement?
Say it again.
Does it help keep people from off the streets at night walking long distances? It helps keep them in their neighborhood?
In that area, yes, it would. Because I know when I'm at my friend's house that they have a store closer that's convenient with hot food, and they also have like toiletries and different things like that that stops us from having to walk all the way to a Family Dollar that's like 19 minutes away and things like that.
And is it your understanding that with an expanded, larger store, they'll have room to provide those sort of products for you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Thank you.
We have one more person.
Okay.
Hello,
Yes. What is your name?
my name is Jimmy Critton.
Jimmy, what's your last name?
Critton,
Can you spell that?
Critten.
Give us a second.
Mr. Gritton, this is the court reporter. Since you're on the phone, can you please verbally confirm that your right hand is raised so that I may swear you in?
Yes,
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes.
Thank you.
Can you talk a bit about
I'm
looking
sorry.
expand-
I'm sorry, Ms. Mathis. I
Jump
need
you, sir.
I need him to state his name and mailing address for the record.
Jimmy Critton, 8309 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Okay, now proceed.
I'm sorry. Can you talk a little bit about where you live in relation to the gas station, and if expanding the convenience store to make it larger with more offerings would help the welfare of your neighborhood?
So I stay like literally down the street from it, and it would help me and more, most specifically my mother more because she's wheelchair bound. She's an amputee, so it's really hard for her to get around. And then with
the store just being right up the street, we wouldn't have to really go get on the bus or try to have to walk to many places to try to better get some hot food or anything like that. And then I have a couple medical conditions that don't let me move around as much as I want to, but I try as much as I can only because my mother is wheelchair bound. So it'd also be better for me so I wouldn't be in so much pain after I'm done going to do whatever I do for my mother, whether she needs food or anything like that.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Mary, you have a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that from the phone number that the testimony is coming from, there's a lot of background noise. I'm having trouble hearing the testimony. So I don't know if there's something they can do to like tap down the background noise whenever they're testifying.
Sure. I think my
Or if it-
understanding is that was the last person to testify. But Laura, did you get all of the testimony from that
Yes.
last? Okay. Okay. Ms. Mathis, is there anything additional that you would like to add in
Just one
testimony?
thing. Just one thing. I understand that the city it takes the position that we need a variance for the pump and the building. I don't think that we do need a variance for the building. I don't think we need one for the pump either because of the reasons I stated earlier, but that's because we're not increasing the nonconformance. The only other issue that I want to bring up, and it's very short, is that there was a mention by the zoning examiner at the beginning that there's some strategic plan for like a year and a half from now. I don't think that's relevant at all to the discussion because the permit was applied for at a time when the zoning ordinance allows for what this client is wanting to do here, what the owner's wanting to do. So what the city may or may not vote on in the future in terms of some strategic plan that may or may not happen, I don't think that's relevant to the decision. But I hope that you've heard from the community enough. I think we have, because I've heard from the commissioners that was enough for them. I hope you've heard that this is a good business. These are good business people. They are doing the right thing for the city. They want an opportunity to make their gas station profitable. It's their property. They own it. The gas station will also help the safety and welfare of the community. They want to enjoy the benefits of their property that they purchased. And in order to do that, they need to have a gas station that can legitimately compete with other gas stations in the neighborhood that are larger. So they want to expand for that reason. And they're also going to provide a service to the community that isn't present now anywhere, and get people talking and have a place where they can visit. And it's just a nice thing to have in the city, to have local stores with people who are tuned into what's going on here in our city. And these folks are. So that's all I have to say about it.
Okay. Any board members have any questions? Ann?
So you mentioned something about competition, Ms. Mathis, but I thought that there was no other place around. So, which one is it?
The reason I bring that up is because I heard all of the people, this is just kind of a closing argument. I heard them all talking about how they have to walk 20 to 25 minutes and they're walking late at night to try to get food. And so, they are going, but this expanding the station would keep them in their neighborhood close to their house, and not have them have to leave and go far in order to get, everybody should have access very close to their house to hot food, toilet paper, medications like Tylenol and ibuprofen, and the kinds of things that a larger convenience store can offer versus a really small one that just is able to fit just a few coolers and not a whole lot else. So the reason I bring that up is because one of the elements that's important for Missouri law is that an individual who purchases property have the opportunity to use it. So there are multiple interests here that support expanding this station so that somebody who buys property can use it as it's intended. And they would like to make it a station that can be used as it's intended, which is a convenience store. Gas station convenience stores should be a place where people like to go, where they can get products that help them. And if they can't get it there, they have to go far away and they have to go somewhere else to get it.
And they can't do it without expanding. They can't do it within the existing space. And then my other question was, I kept hearing the recurring theme of safety, and I didn't really, I couldn't process that aspect of what that meant. Safety.
Well,
and,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I think what the individuals had mentioned is that some of them have disabled parents. They have to walk. They don't have a car, or if they do have a car, it's quite a distance. There are people walking to try to find food, to try to find household items late at night, and that this would improve the safety of the neighborhood because we don't have so many people that are having to walk distances in the evening hours along Broadway.
Okay.
And if I could address the other thing you brought up, I think the plans are, and I could have Malik, I heard, we've talked a lot about what is planned to be ordered. And one of them is, for example, like a frozen treat cooler, right?
Yes.
So something that has frozen treats in it. When you have a quick spot where you can stop and pick up an ice cream bar, it helps people in the neighborhood have something for their children that's like a treat for after like a baseball game or something like that. They don't currently have room for those types of coolers that would allow them to bring in, what is it, North Star, one of the, yeah. So that's when I say the expanded store would give an opportunity for that. And I think that's on your list of things that's going to be ordered once the expansion starts to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it will look nicer. So
we're definitely purifying the corner. There's no question about that. And when we spoke to Alderwoman Ann Schweitzer, she understood that because the way we bought the property, there's so much we could do, and we did that. We lit up the property, we changed the lights inside, we put the lights outside. We wanted to make sure anybody who's filling up the gas at 9 p.m. at night, they're comfortable, particularly, single moms and so forth. So we wanted to make sure that place is safe. There's so much we could do within the property we have or the building we have. That's why we would like to extend it to fulfill the needs of the community. And every single one of them I have spoken to personally, like I alluded earlier numerous times, they were very, very appreciative. When we took over from Circle K, they, in 2 weeks, they started coming and appreciating. They're saying, you guys are 24 hours, you guys are keeping the product as much as you can within the place, the space allowed. And then you guys have increased the service. You guys have cleaned the restroom. You guys letting us use the restroom. They were not allowed to use the restroom prior. So there are so many things we have done, which is very, very appreciative by the community. And we want to go to the next level where we can offer a lot more to serve the community, to fulfill the needs of that community. And by doing this, we're going to have to invest millions of dollars to beautify the corner. And Alderwoman is all in with us. I even met the association, neighborhood association people. They were very excited about it. And that's how we have created this plan to take it to the next level. That's why there were 50, 70 people who were ready to come to testify. We said we don't want that many people to come. Board would not appreciate it because the time is going to take. So, this can only happen when people are very excited to do that, right? Very appreciative. And we appreciate the community as well. And we wanted to invest back into the community.
Okay.
So
before we proceed,
One at a time, everybody. One at a time.
I'm sorry. Before we proceed, Ms. Mathis, because you had him come in, I need to clarify who just testified.
That was Malik Rupani.
Sorry, I should have mentioned my name.
Well, you've already been sworn in, Mr. Matani, but coming in in that way, we don't know who you are, for the
I
record.
apologize. I apologize.
Thank you. Mary, you had your hand raised.
I was just wondering who that was speaking.
Yes, I was already on that.
Thank
Mona.
you.
Just want to verify, what are the hours of operation at this location, please?
It is 24 hours currently, and it will remain 24 hours.
Okay, my next question, or maybe it's more of a statement, signage. All signage has to be permitted, and that can be an issue sometimes with convenience stores, with having any type of signage, cigarette signs, snack signs, that a lot of times it's not the ownership or the people that are running the convenience stores. They're not actually the people that are putting it up. Those are your nice little vendors that are going, hey, I'm just going to stick this up over here. That is not allowed. And I just want to say that out loud for you, because that can be turned around and get you into a revocation hearing. So I just saying it out loud again. Please, all signage is permitted, sir. And saying that right here with your attorney, and you guys are shaking your heads, because you know what? If this gets approved, we want you to be very successful, because it sounds like the community really likes you guys, and we want you to be successful. And I just want to say this because I am very particular about trash. They call me the dumpster diver queen here on the board, because I'm all about the trash not being there and policing your area. Just saying that out loud, and having additional trash receptacles outside for people to use. I'm done.
So I just want to clarify again, this is Malik Rupani. I'm the owner of the property.
Yes,
I
sir.
just want to clarify, we have over 200 stores, so this is not my first rodeo. And we always abide by all the ordinance of the city. That's why we never sell loose cigarette, loose cigar, or any other things which is not allowed by the city. And particularly, you're talking about the waste management. We always have one extra cycle than what it needed, because we are very particular about it. You know,
Good.
every single store is operated by us, so they're my babies. I'm not gonna let suffer my baby.
I like
100%.
hearing that. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I just had to get on my small little soapbox and say a few things out loud. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. I
Yes.
appreciate it. You're
Yes, Ann.
So we've heard a lot of testimony, a whole bunch of testimony about how you would serve the community and safety and all that. Those are your primary reasons for expanding. But I didn't hear you speak about the part where you're going to benefit profit-wise significantly from that expansion. Is that correct?
So I'm not sure about the significantly.
I don't know about
Yeah,
significantly.
I'm not sure about
Guys,
the
one at a time. I cannot take it down if more than one person is speaking at once.
Sorry, I apologize. So I'm not sure about the significantly part, but yes, all businesses are in business to make profits. However, how are you serving the community? That is an also important part. It's not about only making money. Obviously, I have to make money to stay in business, to sustain and to pay the bills, to pay the mortgage. But that's just not what I do business only. How do I give it back to the community? That is an also integral part of my business. So if I wish Ann Schweitzer, Alderwoman, was here, when we met her, we told her, how do we give it back to the community? So during the Christmas and holiday times, we give the care kits to the community. I've given 150 care kits to the community, to the churches, to the different places, which had blankets, hoodie, socks, beanie, and gloves. And I also spoke to Ann Schweitzer that how do I support the community back? How do I get engaged in the school? How do I get engaged with the police department and so forth? So it's not about making profits only. Yes, I do have to make profits, no question about it. But I'm also a firm believer of giving back to the community.
And I think I can add to that too, that the reason I bring that up is because the reason I brought up that is because we have so many businesses.
And I'm sorry, this is Miss Mathis that is now testifying. So if
Kim Mathis, yes.
Proceed.
I was just trying to answer more, give a little bit more of an answer for her. The other thing I would say is that the property is owned by someone who wants it to be successful. And the city of St. Louis has had a lot of vacancy and people not able to continue their business. So this helps both two things. It makes the gas station a going concern that is able to stay in business, and it also gives people what they need. So it isn't like every business is bad. All businesses, this business is going to be a good business that provides a good service to the community and also can support itself, because you have to be able to pay for your investment. And so you have to be able to sell some things. And when your building is really small, it makes it more difficult. As far as signage, I just want to address what Commissioner Parsley mentioned. These guys are absolutely sticklers for that kind of thing. In fact, one of the things that I've heard from them when they buy a property is Malik in particular, is I clean it up, get rid of all those terrible signs. I've heard him complain about that because they put up a bunch of posters and things that are ugly. And that is not what you will see when these folks make a store look nicer. You'll see a nicer store. You'll see people happy. You'll see the community enjoying themselves in their own neighborhood as opposed to having to go somewhere else. And so I think you will like these business people because we got to have some in the city. So,
and this is Malik Rupani again. I just want to add one more thing. When I met Alderwoman Ann Schweitzer first time, she was very skeptical. She said, Malik, people come and talk. I wanted to see the action. And I told her, I will walk my talk. So we met once I took over the store, and I met her after a couple or 3 months later, and she was extremely happy with me. She said, I've spoken to the community. Everybody's saying there is a change, and change is happening as we speak. So like she said, we come and clean the place. We do the painting, we do the lighting, we clean the parking lot, we put the stripes, we do the extra cycle of the garbage pickup or waste management rather, and we make sure there's no congregation outside, because these are important factors for my business as well as the community. So if you look at the journey of Alderwoman Ann Schweitzer, she's very much involved in her community. I must say that. She knows every single person there. She came back and told me, Malik, I'm very happy with the way you are dealing with and the way you are handling the store, because a lot of people had a lot of complaints about Circle K. They were there forever. So I just want to make sure we do take care of the community and we do look after the business, and we try to make it profitable so everybody wins at the end of the day. Goal is everybody should win. Thank you.
Thank you. Mary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the board does have some standard conditions that they consider for convenience stores. Would you like me to read those to you?
Yes.
Okay. Number 1, the hours of operation shall be limited to X to X, depending on the testimony. So the board can limit your hours of operation. Number 2, the petitioner shall provide a commercial dumpster and establish a trash removal contract through a private source for regular pickups and maintain the entire premises and a clean and orderly appearance at all times. Number 3, there shall be no selling of liquor, alcohol, or non-intoxicating beer on the premise at any given time. I don't recall hearing any testimony. Do you plan to sell liquor? Do you sell liquor now?
We do sell liquor now, yes.
Okay. Number 4, there shall be no cooking on the interior or exterior of the premises at any time. Number 5, there shall be no sale of items that can be used or intended for use as drug paraphernalia, as defined in Ordinance 68404 or its successor ordinances, including but not limited to food scales, glass tubes, disposable lighters with pop-off tops, steel scrubbing pads and screens, rolling papers, ephedrine or pseudoephedrine diet supplements, sleep aids, bath salts, or other substitutes for illegal drugs. In addition, there shall be no sale of cigars, cigarillos, commonly used or adapted for use involving a controlled substance. Examples of which include, but are not limited to, the following: Phillies, Dutch Masters, White Owl, Swisher Sweets, Splitterillos, Backwoods, Optimo, Garcia, Ye Vega, and Game. Number 6, there shall be no loitering, for which the petitioner must post a no loitering sign and enforce it. Number 7, there shall be no vending, ATM machines, or payphones on the exterior of the premises at any given time. Number 8, the petitioner shall apply for and receive a permit from the City of St. Louis Building Division before posting signage, and the signage must be professionally prepared and approved by the Office of the Zoning Administrator before being installed. Number 9, there shall be no temporary sign on the premises or posted to the exterior or interior of the windows or doors of the establishment at any given time. Number 10, the petitioner shall provide a refuse container on the exterior of the premises for use by the customers. If another container is needed due to the level of business, it shall also be provided. Number 11, all windows and doors must have no boards, mesh, grates, materials, or coverings of any kind. Windows and doors may have proper blinds and curtains on the inside of the windows. Number 12, over-the-counter medications shall be sold in original packaging only and in accordance with all applicable laws. There shall be no sale of over-the-counter liquid medications in individual doses or servings. Number 13, there shall be no cord or rope type LED lighting surrounding or framing windows or doors. And number 14, the premises shall not be issued a public nuisance notice pursuant to Ordinance 68535 or its successor ordinances. Those are conditions that the board may consider. If there are any of these conditions that would present a problem for you in the operation of your business, this would be the time to discuss that with the board.
So is number 3 the alcohol one, Mary? Did he say he served alcohol?
He
sold
did
it?
testify to that moment. And there was also testimony that the business is 24 hours a day.
Yeah, so we serve the packaged liquor. That's the license again, this is Malik Rupani. We have a package license and that's what we serve. We don't serve at the premises.
But you
And
will
I'm
be
aware-
but you
Sorry?
are selling liquor and you will be selling liquor in the expanded business, correct?
Yes, the packaged liquor, yes.
Okay.
Yes. We got that license. I'm aware of this ordinance and I have no issues, including 24 hours, because all my other stores are 24 hours and we have no issues at all because we have 36 cameras inside and outside and we have added the lights. And since we have opened 24 hours, we had no issues whatsoever. And I'm aware of every single point on this ordinance. I've been through this And I completely abide by all of that.
Yeah, yes, Mona, you're
Okay, there is one other one I want to make sure that we're okay with because there's the Swisher Sweets, the drug paraphernalia, things of that nature. Do you sell those items, any of those cigar
Oh,
items?
none of them. No.
Okay, fine, good. Want to make sure we're not going to have an issue there. Thank you.
100%. 100%. Because I have been exposed to this ordinance when I took
Okay,
over the store. So it took care of that for sure.
all right, fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yes. He doesn't own anything like that. Okay. So the only issues I think,
so
I'm sorry.
so Miss this is Miss Mathis now testifying. Miss Mathis, you're muted. Are you
I intentionally
does that
muted
conclude?
myself.
Okay,
I
okay.
intentionally. So we go through this whole list. They are fine with all of the conditions that were listed. The one thing would be the packaged liquor. They want to continue with the current liquor license and they'd like to continue their current hours. They don't want to cut it back because that's one of the things everybody likes is that they can get it late when they get back from work.
How
So
about
I think everything else on the list
how about the
is
cooking?
not, yeah.
How about the cooking, number 4?
The hot food bar.
Just
Yeah.
no outdoor cooking.
No, number 4 says there shall be no cooking on the interior or the exterior of the premise at any time. So
It's
is
just-
this one we need to discuss also?
You're gonna serve hot food, you're gonna be cooking it someplace.
Good catch.
Trust me, I didn't want to delay this any
Okay,
longer.
we had to, this is Kim Mathis talking. We had to have a little discussion off the record there. So for the hot food, he will need the ability to be able to cook some things. And he says it does involve a fryer. Is that right?
Okay.
Fryer and a grill.
So
That's all I want to know. Thank you.
So that's only interior cooking then, correct?
That is
Okay. Just want to be clear. Thank you.
Okay. Is that it, Miss Mathis?
yes, thank you so much.
Well, Andy has a question.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we got all that done before I mention this. Clarification to Ms. Mathis. So this is the letter from the Planning and Urban Design Agency. They typically provide them for us like a day or two before the hearing. So it'll be included in the exhibits and it explains the reasoning for why they have an involvement in this process. Essentially, it's just because there's an ordinance that requires the board to adhere to the comprehensive plan, which is the purview of the Planning and Urban Design Agency. That is an adopted plan that was adopted in 2025.
I think
Are you
what
talking
I think what Andy's trying to explain to you is that when we mention the strategic land use plan, that's not something that's going to be done 2 years from now. That's something that was adopted more than a year ago. So PDA staff is required to write in and comment on Board of Adjustment appeals because the board is granting appeals for something the zoning code doesn't allow. And technically your zoning should follow your land use plan. So that is an adopted plan. It is not something that hasn't even been adopted yet.
Is it possible for you to make that letter available to us? I didn't have any documents before the hearing, and I'm just wondering if I can get a copy of that.
Sure, you can do a sunshine request and we'll give you everything you want.
Mia.
Chairman, I just don't know if you asked if is there anyone here to testify in opposition. I know we got caught up in the testimony for those we support, but just to make sure that we didn't ask that question.
No, I have not forgotten about that. I was because Ms. Mathis was concluding those in support and then trying to determine if the board had any questions regarding that. And once that's concluded, I will then
I couldn't hear her when she asked that question, so I didn't know that it was real fuzzy. Is it something I need to respond to or
No, there isn't.
okay, I'm sorry, it was fuzzy coming over on my end.
Yeah. Does any other board members have any questions for Ms. Mathis? Do any, but okay. Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits. Certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appealed to the board with attachments, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from Planning and Urban Design, 25 letters of support submitted by the petitioner, drawing of privacy fence submitted by the petitioner, 3 photos submitted by the petitioner, an affidavit of J. Brian Houston submitted by Kimberly J. Mathis Esquire, and a letter of support from Alderwoman Ann Schweitzer. Excuse me. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. With that, that concludes the testimonial portion of our hearing. We will now go into deliberations. Thank you, Laura, for your service. Board members, shall we continue or take a 5-minute recess?
Continue. If you're asking
Continue.
me.
I'm already late for a meeting. Let's go.
Okay.
Continue, yeah.
All right. 20631 3963 West Bell Place.
I will make a motion to continue, table it and continue it until such time as they can meet with the aldermen and the community up to 90 days.
Second.
Motion made by Mel, seconded by Mona. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Appeal number 20632, 4101 North Grand Boulevard, Unit D.
I got knocked off the computer for most of the testimony, so I don't know.
I didn't have any issues with this. Did anyone else?
I just want a site-proof fence around where they tow the cars to. They got a chain link.
Reasonable.
Okay. So
making the impound area a site-proof fence.
Is that your motion, Mel?
Yes, I didn't want to make the motions. Like I said, if you go back, I wasn't here for all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
One question. Since this is adding something to an existing business, does the staff know, are there conditions that were made on the existing business that was there when that was originally granted?
I have the variants printed out, so let me read those.
Okay.
There are a bunch of conditions. Find the paper. All right, so there are 15 conditions. Entire parking lot, vehicle display area on the exterior of the premises shall be paved and striped. Parking area shall Parking area shall be striped as to substantially conform to the width and depth layout standards for parking spaces in section 261608 of the zoning code. Parking spaces shall be arranged in a manner as to provide easy access to all vehicles on the lot. Parking space layout shall be submitted to and approved by the zoning administrator before beginning striping. All parking spaces established on the east, west, or north or south property line shall be provided with wheel stops or bollards that shall be installed along the east, west, north, or south property line so as to prohibit vehicles on lot from encroaching into the public sidewalk. These improvements shall not be installed until approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. Appellant shall have 45 calendar days from the notice, from the date of this mailing of this decision to comply with the provisions in condition number 1. Condition 2, applicant shall be limited to the number of vehicles that can be parked in the parking spaces approved in the parking space layout as approved by the zoning administrator, or 200 cars, whichever is greater. Vehicles owned by the appellant are prohibited from being parked or sold on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. Number 4, vehicle access/egress from lot shall only be permitted using established curb cuts and driveways on premises. No access/egress of vehicles shall be permitted across sidewalks or curbs. 5, the stringing of lights, flags, or streamers on premises is prohibited. 6, any parking area lighting to be installed shall be installed on metal or masonry poles with underground wiring, shall not exceed 22 feet in height and adjusted so that not more than 0.5 foot candles measured at grade falls on any abutting residential used premises. These improvements shall not be installed until approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. 7, there shall be no exterior signage installed on the premises until separate approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. This shall include all mobile commander boards and balloons on tethers. 8, exterior amplified intercom systems or phone ringing systems are prohibited. 9, the existing building on the premises, if any, shall be completely repaired and restored pursuant to all applicable zoning and building codes. These improvements shall not be installed until approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. 10, there shall be no storage of derelict or salvage vehicles permitted on such premises or on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. Vehicles shall be in operable condition. Number 11, there shall be no open storage of auto, mechanical, or body parts, batteries, tires, motor oil, or other automotive fluids, or refuse of any nature on subject premises or on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. 12, there shall be no salvage of parts from vehicles on subject premises. 13, hours of operation limited to 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Saturday, closed on Sunday. 14, the applicant shall establish a trash removal contract through a private source for regular pickups and maintain the entire premises in a clean and orderly appearance at all times. 15, the applicant shall provide a refuse container on the exterior of the premises for use by the customers. If another container is needed due to the level of business, it shall also be provided. That is it. You're muted, Mary. You're just speaking.
When making a motion, whoever makes that motion might want to consider having all of the same conditions that were attached to the original variance attached to the expansion also.
I'll make the motion to approve with all the variances that were in place before, and I want a site-proof fence around wherever his holding area for his towed vehicles. That's my motion.
So you want the site-proof fence just around the area where the towed vehicles?
Yes.
Okay.
8-foot site-proof fence.
Okay.
That's my motion.
Okay, motion made by Mel, seconded by George. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
We have 4, 1 in opposition. Motion carries. Findings?
Should not be a detriment as conditioned.
Thank
But
you.
I think we built
Okay.
enough safeguards in that if it does, we can get them back.
Appeal number 20633, 4624 Delmar Boulevard.
That's the banquet hall.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I'll make a motion to approve,
Conditions.
with the conditions that we spoke about earlier.
Which one are those?
The ones with, to keep up with his lease and for private parking.
I'm sorry, you cut out there, George. I didn't hear what you said.
When we have a private parking, you have the people only 45, maximum of 45 people in the building.
Dumpster.
Oh, and a commercial dumpster as required, and any dumpster outside.
Yeah, trash
Commercial
receptacle outside.
dumpster and then a trash can. Is that what we want
Yes.
to do? Okay. George, I'm sorry. I'm still a little bit confused on, we don't set occupancy loads. The building inspector sets the occupancy load, but were you wanting a condition on there that he could have no more than 45 people?
Yes, according to the occupancy load.
Oh. So, but maybe what we're, and perhaps what George is getting at is that there will not be additional, well, that there can't be, but that he is limited to the occupancy load requirement.
So you don't want to put the number 45 in there.
No. No, that
Right
could
now,
change.
now they have an open building permit. So I'm sorry, occupancy permit. So I don't believe a occupancy load has been issued yet.
Sure.
So in case the building inspector would come back and his occupancy load would be different, in order for this guy to not have to come back, do you want that condition to read something to the effect that it's limited to
Limited to whatever the occupancy load
But
is.
that's what he testified to, that
He-
the maximum
I'm
load.
just trying to figure out how to word this, and I don't.
Okay.
It may,
Yeah, I think
it may change if he's got it open. They've been made total 45, but by the time everything gets done, it may be 47 to 48. So why don't you just go with whatever they finally come up with? Because he just said the fire inspector told him that he doesn't have nothing on paper, George.
Okay.
So
No,
something to
no
the
nuisance
effect of that.
violation issue, right?
I'm sorry. Well, Mayor, what were you saying, Mel?
And I just asked George, do you want to put that not being issued a nuisance violation?
Yeah, definitely not. No nuisance violation.
What does that mean?
Well, if he gets a nuisance violation, then he has to, that becomes a problem for the city.
So, Anne, we have a whole department here that Mia is actually a part of that department, the problem properties department.
Okay.
And they're specifically set up to deal with problem properties. Problem from a variety of reasons. It could be a drug house, it could be they're not taking care of it. And so we put this standard condition on there about them not receiving a nuisance notice. So that what that means is that there have been several calls to the police and and there's some indication of a problem going on there. And so that's sort of a safeguard that the board uses to get a condition on there that you need to not be on that problem property list.
Right. And that sort of lends itself to my question to the young man who sought the appeal for this. Reason being that I just envision, and we probably are not in the business as a board to predict the future, but if you can imagine somebody having a party there and only 45 people are supposed to be in the building, that's what the permit says. I'm sorry. And that's what the permit says. And then you look up and there are 125 kids all over the place, like Washington Avenue. That's what I thought when I first heard this. And this is Delmar. So when you say nuisance, he can't get any nuisance notices. That's what that reminds me of. That's what that reminds me of. Or that's what I was thinking when I asked him the question. What if 125 people showed up after 8 p.m. at night and all these kids are all over the place, like what we've seen and experienced on Washington Avenue? That's what I thought when he presented his appeal. And I don't know if we're supposed to do this or think about that when we're making a decision or not, but that's what I thought about when he first brought it up, an event space on Delmar. That was my thought.
So did you still feel that way after you heard his testimony?
Absolutely. I have 3 sons, the youngest of which is 47 years old. So no question about it. Yes, I did. It'll start out one way and progress possibly into Washington Avenue. That's what I thought when I saw him, heard him. Based on my experience, I'm thinking an event space on Delmar, 45 people. Really? But that's just me. Okay. That's just my thought.
Okay.
So, well, I will say while that is possible, I've designed and built an event space in the 5,000 block of Delmar that has had no issues. So,
okay.
And really it's about the owner, and I know his occupancy is greater than 45, and in fact we're in the process of expanding the building. But he's been there and open for close to 20 years now without any issues. So really depends on the individual. And yeah. And with that, this particular owner has simply decided who he will rent to and who he won't, so that is a non-issue for him. And I think I think as a board, we should be giving people the benefit of the doubt, provided we don't have any information about them having run a business like that before, where it was a problem before. Yeah. In addition to that, I think part of the conditions not to become a nuisance ultimately gives the board an opportunity to revoke. So that's my thoughts.
How would you know to revoke? How would we know as a board to revoke? If he got a notice, he would be notified.
Well, so no, Mary was just explaining that, but she was explaining how the process started, but Mary.
Sure. So here's how we get to a revocation hearing. Either we get a complaint from the CSB or an elected official or concerned neighbors or just anyone who sends us a complaint, we are obligated to investigate that. So we would send a staff person out along with the variance and all the conditions. They do a site investigation to see if they were violating any of the conditions. If they are, right away, we send them a letter. We tell them what they're in violation of. They have to be scheduled back at the Board of Adjustment within 30 days. So they'll get tacked onto an agenda, and then the board will, they'll get an opportunity to present their case for why they weren't in compliance. The board will get an opportunity to ask questions and consider whether they want to revoke or not.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
So, wait,
That's
ahead.
that's my motion.
What are hours of operation?
Hours of operations, he said he's open from Tuesday to Sunday, and he said from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Correct.
I just want to add his testimony. He did say on Mondays he would potentially have people in there to set up. He just wouldn't be hosting events. So if he's considering you may get community complaints about him being open, if he's showing our people in there setting up and technically is open, and he did testify to that. And he said he wouldn't need parking on Mondays because he wouldn't be hosting events. Just with my testimony.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Just a second.
Okay.
I will second the motion. Motion made by George, seconded by the chair. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Findings, George?
Okay. As condition, it should not be a detriment.
Thank you. And finally, appeal number 12019, 8200 South Broadway.
I'll make a motion to approve let's see, with the exception of all the conditions that were normal conditions except for number 3 and 4.
Yeah, for the cooking.
And interior cooking.
That's right. That's what
Interior.
4 is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
do you want to completely eliminate number 4? Or do you
No,
want to just,
no interior cooking.
okay, so keep the exterior cooking.
Right.
No.
Completely.
Interior cooking you want.
One at a time, please.
I want
And-
to remove the liquor. Number 3.
Okay.
And the number 4 to be amended. Only no exterior cooking
Okay.
and the nuisance violation thing ordinance.
Okay. And
And
we've got that on here. And then did you also want to, I didn't hear the board say, are you in agreement to the 24 hours of operation? And
Yes.
if you are, do you want to remove condition number 1, which was the hours?
Well, yeah, I just figured the hours are 24 hours. So you can either remove it or you can just do 24 hours.
Okay.
That's my motion.
All right.
And I'm talking to you on my phone now since I'm walking out.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Mel, seconded by Mona.
Trust
All
me.
of those in
Trust me, one quick thing.
yes.
I rode that area for a long time. Any improvement to that place would be great.
Yep.
Thanks, Mel.
okay.
Motion made by Mel, seconded by Mona. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We have
Yeah.
4 in favor and 1 in opposition.
Yes.
Motion carries. Findings, Mel?
should not be a detriment as conditioned.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mel. Meeting minutes.
I read them. I didn't see any glaring errors, so I will make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion made by Mel, seconded by George. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Meeting minutes accepted. New business.
I have nothing to report, and we have a meeting next week. So there you go. That's a short report.
Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ann. Go ahead.
Second.
Motion made by George, seconded by Ann. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 We stand adjourned.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great
Have a good
day.
week.
Good night.
Bye.